All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you, my friend?
Yes, sir. Having a great morning. Not much happening here. Pretty quiet. Snow and more snow.
Yeah.
As the winter is fully in effect. But other than that, yeah, pretty quiet. But today is the day, Carlos. It's the big day we've been waiting for. It's FOMC rate decision day, so hopefully that means the markets will feel free after today, no matter what happens, to trade with some volume, and let's get exciting because it's been it's been a little tougher the last week and a half. Even yesterday, I was hoping for some good moves, and there's one or two, but for the most part, it was quieter, and the open was again a little tough, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Peter's been very nice. For me, it's been, I'll be honest, man, it's been shit. I got to tell you, it's been so bad. I cannot buy a win. But yeah, I'm hoping that's going to change with the FOMC meeting and that things can get back to normal. So, all right, with that said, hoping for a better day today, which we'll get. You know, you go through stretches where things are just not good for your strategies, and there's some other people that are loving this time, right? So it all depends on how you trade. And also, too, I think, if there's any luck in trading, and we mentioned this before, it is you watching the right stocks. And when the market is trading the way it has been, a little bit choppier, it's all about finding that one ticker that's doing the complete opposite of everything else and trading nice and clean, like Tesla was yesterday morning, right? A lot of you guys in the chat caught that trade. Andrew caught that trade. Me and Peter were not looking at that one, unfortunately, and we missed a beautiful pop. So if there's any luck in trading, it's watching the right thing at the right time. With that, here's our gappers list, friends. A couple of things in the green this morning, got a couple in the red, but for the most part, nothing out of this world. And a lot of these tickers, just by looking quickly at them, I could tell they're not going to be trading well. We got plenty of low flow stocks in here. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least under 5 million shares flow. So that's pretty low. So a lot of low flows on the way here. And again, we'll see what's driving them this morning. Before we jump into that, Peter, you already mentioned a little bit of what's going on today, but take us through our U.S. economic calendar. What else is on deck for this morning?
Yeah, well, the only thing that matters really is this FOMC rate decision. But let's get the other stuff out of the way. There was early economic data that just came out a few minutes ago on the employment cost index. Oh man, don't you hate it when the sneeze gets caught? I knew it was there. I was hoping that I could avoid it.
I wasn't looking at you. I wasn't looking at your camera. All I saw was the sound disappear. I'm like, oh, Peter was a good man. Just got cut off. But
I decided to try not to sneeze in your face.
Something's funny about that. You know, I grew up in a church, right? And you know the mic and everything. And there was this gentleman that he was about to sneeze. And what do you do when you're about to sneeze? Right, you're pulling in front of people. You take the mic and you put it away from you. So what he did was he put the mic behind him, and he sneezed and farted.
Farted at the same time.
And he amplified the fart. It was like from bad to worse.
There's nothing worse.
Put that mic.
There's nothing worse when it comes out both ends at the same time. That's always
not good.
That's always a bad day.
Yeah. Watch where you put that mic, man. Watch where you put that mic. All right, go ahead, Peter. Let me do. Sorry, I'm interrupting your flow here. Let me do.
Yeah. All right. We'll get back to business. We'll get back into character, as Andrew would say here. All right. As I said, employment cost index came out just a little bit lower than expected, 0.8% versus 0.9. But that's not the big story. The big story is on, the anticipated story is on what's going to happen with this interest rate decision. Right now, everybody expects a quarter-point rate cut. Up on my screen, I've got the stats for you. Right now, it's about 90%. 90% belief that we're going to get that quarter point cut, with the other 10% saying that we're going to stay level. And that is, that's up a little bit from where it was yesterday, but back to where we were a week ago. So we'll see. Right now, with a 90% belief that we're going to get that quarter point cut, anything other than that will cause much larger market reaction. Even if it comes out exactly as anticipated, expect, again, right at 2 o'clock when the number gets released. This is what always happens. There's few absolutes in trading, but you can trust the market will move in reaction to the rate, no matter what it is. Again, if it comes out as anticipated, then it'll be a relatively minor reaction, so it won't be that big. But it might look big still compared to the surrounding price action, because it'll get pretty flat going into that. But anyways, it'll react. It'll probably then pull back to the original starting point, whether it goes up or down. And then the longer reaction often happens at 2:30 when the press conference starts. Powell hits the stage, gives us fixed remarks, and then answers questions. The Q&A is usually the more interesting thing, when people will then make some decisions based on how bullish or bearish, or how dovish or hawkish his statements are. So basically, anyways, apparently when it comes to the Fed, we like to use doves and hawks instead of bulls and bears. But anyways, whatever animal appears, the market is going to move in reaction. So that's the big thing for today. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen for a few hours. You got to wait all the way till 2 o'clock. So the market open, you're still going to get movement on the open, right? The open will be what it always is. Just expect things to perhaps settle down a little bit thereafter, as the money sort of sits on the sideline and waits for this big rate decision. So that's the day, by and large.
Yep. Thank you, Peter, for that. Friends, let's take a look at this gappers list. If I get to the right, hold on, get to the right screen here. Let's start with the first one on deck. Again, a lot of low floats on here, and the first one is a low flow as well, so you can take a look. I want to find out how to get this to change colors, right? Depending on what float it is. I think it's a way to do it. So the smaller float could be like red or something. There's a way to do that, but I got to figure it out, the settings. But here it is, ENVB. All right, so ENVB is the ticker, up 106%. Enveric Biosciences, and 13.9 million shares traded. Again, another low flow here this morning, and a very active after hours activity late in the post session here, and this morning also has been extremely active as well. So Peter, something clearly going on. There's some news broke out last night, got this ticker going, and today we're seeing it up 105%.
Yeah, the USPTO, the United States Patent and Trademark Office, has approved the patent application pertaining to EVM 301 series of molecules being developed as potential treatments for mental health disorders. So the company hasn't actually done anything other than submit a patent application, which has now been approved, and they are free to go and develop their I don't exactly know what these molecules are, but I assume it's a drug treatment. But anyways, whatever they're patented, they successfully did so. Good for them. Off to the races. I'm not going anywhere near this with my money.
There it is. Yeah, I don't like it either, friends. We'll go to the next one here. This one we've seen plenty of times come up on our list, and it is BDRX. So BDRX, what do we have here? Yeah, it is active today. It is, no, that's not right. That's not right. BDRX. I got the wrong info here. Okay, there it is. Yeah, it is up 24%, 7.7 million shares traded right now. It is hard to borrow. Also, another low flow stock. We've seen this ticker not just this week, but even before. It has made our gappers list. And you can tell here on the daily, you can see where we had some spikes back in October. In this month, again, we're doing some stuff. So, Peter, not normally one that we keep on deck in our watch list, but today they're making some noise.
Yeah, I mean, the news headline is like, it's a low float when you get news that is just so specific that it really shouldn't be causing the stock to move whatsoever. So Biodexa Pharmaceutical, again, a low float that we have seen many times out here. What do they got? They've got less than 1 million shares in the float. Anyways, their stock is moving because they've got a drug that treats familial FAP. Do you guys enjoy it when I like screw up medical names? Anyways, familial adenomatous polyposis. Anyways, apparently known to its friends as FAP, which is an inherited disease that, if left untreated, almost always leads to colorectal cancer. Anyways, so they're going into phase 3 trials with this drug, and they've enrolled 3, yes, 3 patients for the trial. Very exciting news. So that's why the stock is moving. So it just seems like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that should be enough to, like, if you told me 3,000 patients, I don't know.
Even 300. Like, give me 300.
300. Yeah.
Yeah.
3
take
people.
that.
3 patients in Bonn, Germany have agreed to do. Now, phase 3 is a late stage trial. I'll give you that, which means they're doing real live human trials. This is, it means it's gone through the pre-trial things, and it's, preliminary results are good, but still 3 people. So anyways, all right. Once again, my money not going anywhere near this bad boy.
Yeah, we need more than that. As you can see in this morning, right, you got the initial reaction, and then since then we've been just moving lower. So no fun at all. HSPO is another one on deck. Again, low flow, guys. All our gappers lists. The low flows have taken over this list. Another one here, HSPO, and just doesn't look great. And right now it is up 22%, 833,000 shares traded. It was up higher all the way up to 34, back down to 21. Hard to borrow, as you would suspect. What can I tell you? Moving on pretty quickly from this one too, Peter. I think so.
Yeah, wow, this one is weird. They have announced a voluntary delisting from the NASDAQ Capital Market. So apparently they're taking themselves private. I don't think I've ever seen a voluntary delisting. It just basically, it's not a buyout. It's not, they're just saying, yeah, we don't feel like being on the public markets anymore. So as of December 12th, see ya. Taking our shares and going home. So
okay, very interesting. All right. Well,
can I address my fans out there? They've got
we got a rant coming.
We had a request from Ajit. We need. He says I need a crash course in pharmaceuticals, which he's probably not wrong. But also there was a request that we have a rant on how tough the pharmaceutical names are. Of course they're tough to say. How else do you make yourself look important unless you have really tough names to pronounce, right? Like, as the best way for instant, special feelings, to be able to go into a meeting and say, well, yes, I work on the implementation of polyspiral magnanomalous non-correlated monoprogrammic thingies. So, it's but anyway, you know what? Medical names usually are descriptive as long as you understand Latin or you understand the genealogy of something. So I'm sure they're very meaningful and easy to pronounce if you understand what they're created from. I don't have that education. So all I can say is this: based on our current state of AI, I still pronounce them better than AI does. I challenge you to get one of those speaking AI and put these things into that, and then just listen to them try and pronounce it. It is hilarious. Anyways.
Yeah, so. They're really something, that's for sure. All right, thank you again for that early rant, Peter. We appreciate that. There it is. Where's the hose? There we go. That's the one I like.
Oh yeah,
there
I should, Jeremiah, I should have gone with that. The supercalifragilisticexpialidocious disease. See, I can say that. Practiced that since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is really quite atrocious. Anyways, all right, let's move
on. Next, after HSPO, again, not looking good. The next one here, okay, maybe this one will look great. This is PLAB. PLAB. It's a 56 million shares flow, so it's not a low flow, and we're up 22%. Not much volume though, only 204,000 shares traded, so pretty light there. On the daily, we've seen some positive movement in the last couple of days. Normally, they don't trade good volume though. If you look at this, 2.7 since September is the most we've seen on this ticker on maybe 1 or 2 days. And if you have not seen a stock that trades so much low volume throughout the entire day, it is extremely difficult to read the price action and trade the momentum trades that we like. So, although this is looking great this morning, and today might be the day where they actually break that 2.7 because they're getting ahead of a head start here. I don't have high hopes for it, Peter.
Yeah, and I had that experience yesterday. We were actually talking about WVE yesterday, and I thought I did actually try and trade it because I saw my trade, set up on it, and with the volume so low, like I literally sat at the break-even point for I don't know, like 3 or 4 minutes. Like it didn't move a penny, and there was orders coming, and it was like the bid and ask was moving, but the actual price, like it was just expanding and contracting, and the price didn't actually move. It was, and I just said enough of this, and I got out, which is a good decision because it actually went against me. But yeah, you got to be careful about these because sometimes you can get in, and it's not the type of trading you want to do. Anyways, um, I got to give credit to a company that's agreed to have their ticker be PLAB because it doesn't it just doesn't
That sounds
sound
very attractive.
attractive to
Yeah,
me. Blab.
yeah.
But anyways, their company's called Photronics, and they had earnings. Looks like they had earnings. They issued positive guidance, but I mean, keep in mind the relative size of this company. It's not that small. I mean, this is a $1.5 billion company with $100 million of income every year. So I mean, they're a real company. They're selling stuff, but yeah, it's not something I want to trade.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we can get lucky somewhere else, friends. Let's keep going here, and I'm probably gonna do one last one, and then we're gonna hop around. And this list, if you look at it as we go lower, it doesn't get any better. I see Warner Brothers on here, so let's catch up on that story and see what's going on there. But yeah, let's do one more, and then we'll hop around because again, this list looks a little bit blob as we are seeing it this morning. All right, let's take a look. GWAV up 14%. Green Wave Technology, 623,000 shares traded. It is. They're not meant to pick this one. This is a low flow. I don't want to pick this one. I'm tired of the low flows already. Looks horrible. I actually want to look at this one. OMAT. OMAT is a 63 million shares flow. Let's see if we get luckier there. So let's go to that one. OLMA. All right, here we are. So up 14%, as high as 41. Look at the pre-market action this morning. I do have levels here. So that means that at some point we did look at this ticker in the past and actually made the watch list. Because if we have levels on here, that means it made our watch list, right? At some point. Don't recall it. But look at the action this morning. Up to 41 from 26 in one single candle. Right back down. Man, this is wild. This is actually trading more dangerous than some of the low flows we looked at recently because it is moving quite a bit, Peter. So exciting stuff here. What is the latest and greatest on this OMAD pharmaceutical?
Well, I like it. What the headline says. The headline says, "No clear catalyst identified for almost pre-market price movement." Okay, thanks for nothing. So I don't know. The market doesn't know. There's no clear catalyst. Can't say.
Interesting. They've been making some noise lately too. Like if you look at it here in the daily, we might have watched it here when it probably popped up quite a bit. It was like at $8, we'll call it for now, and went all the way up to 28, 27 or so. So definitely got some action, and today's looking to do it again. So this is a popcorn ticker for me. Definitely a popcorn ticker. I'm gonna put it on here. I want to see what is going on with this one. Today is getting some really insane moves this morning. All right, Peter, let's go to you. What do you like about this gap up list? We're not coming off with much this morning. Anything that interests you so far?
Yeah, nothing that's on the list. I mean, a couple things that are moving higher. Tesla is always a good go-to, like you pointed out yesterday. Surprisingly strong for most of the day yesterday. It did drop a little bit from the peak. I was actually trying to catch that reversal, and It was my big regret trade yesterday because I just didn't quite get the peak. But great move up, good move down. So Tesla's back on my list, top front and center. PLTR didn't move as well yesterday. A lot of sideways action, but it's gapping up, and of course NVIDIA also gapping up a little bit this morning. Actually, pretty bad day on NVIDIA yesterday. So as you can see, like the candles have gotten a lot smaller in the last 2 weeks. It hasn't been
Yeah.
moving as aggressively as it had in the past. So I'm not sure what that means long term. It could just be it's taking a little bit of a break. I noticed that AMD also has tiny little baby candles on the day. So we're not getting the same type of movement that we had, but it'll probably come back. If not, we'll find something else to trade. I'm not worried, but the usual bottom line for me.
Yeah. It's been crazy. I mean, look at this Nvidia 5 minute, AMD. Tesla was the only one that kind of broke out. This is yesterday's action. Tesla was the only one that broke out really nice. I mean, this was beautiful, and it kept going. Like it really
Mm-hmm.
never looked back. But everything else on deck. This is Baba, Nvidia, AMD was okay. Everything for the most part was pretty choppy. Look at Google later got nicer. So yeah, look at POTR as you mentioned. Again, just a lot of chopping. Many of the tickers that we were watching yesterday. Let's see what's not feeling so hot this morning. What's gapping down? Not a whole lot here, just four. Three of them we're very familiar with. WVE in the last couple of days, this has been making some noise. GameStop we know very well, and PDD we know also. Let's look at this OCG, which is the first one leading the gap down list. It is down 28%, 224,000 shares traded. This is so bad. I'm gonna get the truck. This is just brutal. So yeah, I don't like it. This whole gappers list today gets a truck. That's just the way things look. Everything gets a truck today. So OCG, I don't see anything great here. Peter had a good day yesterday. Look at it yesterday. Look at it go from 350 almost to as high as 13, giving some of that back this morning. Low flow sitting at 12.9 million shares. So again, this doesn't fit our trading profile, Peter.
No, this is Oriental Culture Holding Limited out of Hong Kong. Apparently, yesterday, the China's Politburo had a meeting to signal positive economic policies that would benefit OCG and other companies. However, not enough for me. Yeah, I don't think this is going to trade well today.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll let that go. And let's take a look at another one. WVE. Where did OCG go? Why did it disappear from here? Interesting. All right.
Wiped away, just like that. We
Yeah.
mentioned it. The
It just
political
disappeared.
office of China's government said, "Take it away." Don't show it.
Yeah. WVE is on here, guys. It is down 7.1, 650,000 shares traded. It's been on fire the last 3 days, as you know. Last two trading days. This morning, giving a little bit back. But look at it go here, man. It gapped up 13, as high as almost 19 something. And then from there, another push higher towards 2182, we'll call it. Today, trying to maintain this lead, but this is outrageous, man. This is a really good move. It's been rocking. Today, feeling some of the weakness. It is not a low flow. It's at 134 million shares float. This is definitely in play, Peter. The question is it going to trade well for us to keep on our list this morning?
Well, it's currently 134 million shares. It's soon to be 137 million shares as they're issuing another almost 3 million shares at $19 a share. So you can see that they've sprung into action very quickly to take advantage of the price increase. It's pretty aggressive to issue another 3 million shares at 19 bucks when your stock has only been trading at that level for 2 days after trading under 10 for the last year almost. So that's you can tell they're reacting quickly to try and take advantage of the price increase. I'm not sure who's buying into that, but somebody probably will, and they'll raise their money and put it in the bank and call themselves brilliant. So why not? That's what you do. It's how you take advantage of these markets. Usually secondary offerings not tradable. In this case, being that the price is above the offered price, there could be some potential move to the downside. But based on my experience yesterday watching this, even when it was active, it wasn't trading with enough enthusiasm, enough consistent price volume for me to enjoy the trade. So I'm not going to try it again.
Yeah. Um, we're talking shop in the chat here. We're talking shop about computers. So the question is, how much was my RAM on Levino, my Levino computer, the IBM one? This was years ago, man. I don't remember how much RAM it had, but I gotta tell you, it's probably
Lenovo.
like two. Lenovo, it's probably like two or four, because years ago you didn't need that much RAM. You did not need applications ran like with half the power you have on your phone or less, right? So it was a while ago. I'm sure it was nothing crazy. So yeah, it's probably very very light. All right, let's continue here. GameStop, GME. What do we have
That's
here?
that's not how much RAM you run with today, though.
No, no, no. It's I have 64 on
Yeah,
some machines, and I got yeah, no, machines now are crazy
I know.
powerful. So
I
got
run with
64,
32
and
gigs of RAM, and I wish
yeah,
I had a lot more because I max out all the time.
yeah, 60. You really can't tell the difference unless you're doing what we do, Peter, as far as streaming and connecting and doing all this stuff. Then 64 makes a big difference, and with gaming too. And then our graphics card is just ridiculous, what we have here. And every year they come out like NVIDIA. Every year comes out a new graphics card that's almost has twice as powerful as the previous one. You just can't keep up. You just can't keep
Yeah,
up. Thank goodness for trading. You don't need that much horsepower, guys. You really don't, unless you're like streaming and
it's
recording
true.
and
You
doing all
don't.
kinds of video stuff. You can get away with a very decent system. I'll tell you this: it's not going to make you a better trader, and your trades are not going to be pushed faster in front of somebody else just because you got a more powerful machine. It's not going to happen,
It's
right?
true.
The files are like this tiny when you hit that order. It's like so small. So
Yeah.
don't get caught into that. All right, GameStop. Down today 4.5, 339,000 shares traded. Peter, what's the latest and greatest on this one?
They released earnings after the close yesterday. They missed their numbers, only delivering 13 cents per share when they're expected to deliver 18. Revenue was down a little bit, so yeah, not a surprise to me that they missed their numbers. They missed them for the last few quarters. Um, I you know I don't even bother watching this anymore. The meme, the GameStop meme era is done.
Yeah, I think it's over. Kitty Cat disappear. I don't know where he went. But yeah, this is
Yeah,
done.
we haven't heard. That's true. We haven't heard from him in quite a while. So
No.
I don't know whether he went broke or hopefully he put some money away because he was making some bad bets there at the end. Like it was
Yeah.
not. He thought he could do make the magic happen again, and he was sort of a one-trick pony in the end of at the end of the day,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate. But I mean, I think he took some money out, but not the like he was sitting on like $100 million or something crazy like that at one point in time, and blew it all. So I hope he just put a couple million aside and just said, "All right, let me fade back into the woodwork." So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully he was smart enough to do that.
yeah.
Um, all right, GameStop, no good. I'm not gonna have it on deck, friends. Although we have the space to watch it today. Like if we want to watch this ticker, I mean, look at our watch list at the bottom banner there. It's very very light. So we got the space if he wants to do something. I just don't think it's gonna be a great trader. So we'll leave it alone. The next one on here, last one on the gap down list is PDD, and this actually can trade well when it gets the volume. Today we have the volume, 1.1 million shares traded. We are down 2.8. So I like the pre-market activity. I know that it's a hit or miss sometimes. Normally we do this, which is not much. But when it can get volume, look at the volume coming in here, right? Back in November, like the middle of November, this stretch here has some good volume, and look, it move, right? So it can trade well when it's got volume, it's got a catalyst. I'm not sure if there's any catalyst today, Peter, but I do like the pre-market action this morning.
They got a downgrade, two downgrades, in fact. But the one is from this company, a REIT. that we were talking about yesterday. I've never even heard of them, and they seem to be jumping up and making waves now, downgrading, upgrading, and downgrading all sorts of people, and causing their stock to react. So Arete, Arete, however you're supposed to pronounce that. Anyways, they were downgraded today.
All right. I'm gonna add them to the list. I think they look good. Pre-market looks very active.
Okay.
Might be worth watching. Yeah, I'm gonna add some my primary there and see where it goes. P Diddy. What's this thing with Netflix? Everybody's going crazy with this P Diddy Netflix documentary. So I gotta watch that and see what to do. I don't know if I want to watch it. It's gonna be probably very
Yeah,
disturbing. But
it's like people people keep mentioning it. I keep hearing people
it's
mention it. I
everywhere.
haven't bought. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I haven't watched it yet. Um,
yeah. I don't know.
so.
It's
Osam says no, don't
yeah.
watch it. Others are saying yes, do watch it. So we got a mix of people saying don't watch it and do watch it. I gotta tell you, I grew up in the city. I grew up in where the bad boy era basically was on radio 24/7. All the songs were on Hot 97. I mean, it was they had almost every artist from like hip hop all the way to R&B. I mean, they had a any artist you could possibly think of was on this bad boy brand. So they had a big influence on the culture here as far as music goes, right? So there's not a lot of stuff that this guy did not touch. Literally, probably looks like, and that's the problem. So we'll see, we'll see. All right, Peter, this gappers list, man, it's not providing a lot of good stuff for us this morning. We went over
Yeah.
everything. Anything else you like as far as gapping down? We'll go to the chat and we'll see what other things you guys are looking at, and we'll
Not,
go from there.
yeah, not much on the gap down list. You mentioned a couple that were moving yesterday, like Google that was moving yesterday. It's gapping down a little bit today. The quantum stocks are all gapping down. They made some interesting moves, not at the open, but a little bit after the open. They moved higher yesterday. So, if you stick around or if you trade sort of mid morning, they might be worth watching again. Rigetti, QUBT, QBTS, those guys. One that I didn't mention on the Gap Up list was Chewy, CHWY. Chewy had earnings this morning. Looks like they beat their numbers, are actually gapping up. And they got some decent volume. They're a little over a million, 1.1 million shares, or 1.2 now, I guess. Um, 1.7. Sorry, they jumped up in volume. Or I misread it. So 1.7 million shares traded so far. I haven't had luck finding trades on this. It is a nicey stock, but it looks better than most things we were looking at this morning. So if you're interested, there you got it. Nothing else of interest off of the earnings. I mean, we mentioned PLAB, PLAB earlier, but yeah, that's about it. So nothing else, Carlos. I think, like we said, the big show, the big dog of the day, the main act is happening at 2 o'clock this afternoon. The Fed rate announcement is really what, again, I think a lot of money is going to be sitting on the sidelines waiting for. I think we're going to. See lowered volumes overall. The open should still give some opportunities, I hope, but it almost always does. But I think we'll see lowered volumes until that 2 o'clock rate announcement, and then hopefully the rest of the week, Thursday, Friday, will sort of be a little bit back to normal. We can get some trading, no matter what the Fed decides to do.
Agreed. More look at Chewy, the more I like it. It actually looks very active this morning and definitely in play. Are you going to be watching this one, Peter? I think I'm going to add it to the list right next to PDD. Right next to P. Diddy.
I
What
don't
do you think?
know. I mean, I can't really picture trading it, but maybe I will watch it just for fun. It's not quite a
It's
popcorn stock, but it's
it's
feels,
borderline.
you know, sort of, yeah,
Yeah,
borderline. Yeah.
definitely borderline. I'll put it on here. I mean, we don't have much, so there is space for it. And then the rest I'm just going to fill up with our usual suspect. I see NVIDIA taking a little bit of a dive, going red right now. Volume increasing in the last candle, so you can see that here. AMD not affected as much, but definitely NVIDIA looking like something is taking place. Any news breaking out on NVIDIA? Is the China deal off now? Because it's like on and off with the China stuff. Yes, you can sell chips. No, you cannot sell. Yes, you can sell, but with this condition, and I don't know. So
I
getting a
I
little bit
I
of
think this
movement
is
here.
Yeah, I don't really see anything new on. I mean, there's always news. It's a big enough company. There's always, articles coming out on it, but I don't see anything that would cause this move.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All right.
China did say that
Mhm.
they're blah blah blah. China's DeepSeek used banned NVIDIA chips for their AI model. All right, that doesn't seem like news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything really.
All right, let's keep going then. So, friends, let's see what you guys like this morning. WDB, yeah, let's talk about Warner Brothers. So, Warner Brothers, right now we are gapping up 2.72 million shares traded. Again, this has been on the news back and forth. It's just been what's going on was great for them is that there's this bidding war, right? People want to get in on this thing, so it just means that there's hopefully a good ending for the ticker itself. Did we figure out what Paramount and Netflix are doing here? Has that been squared away or still
No,
gonna be
no,
like
it's
another?
still the fight
Yeah,
is still on. Paramount's offer. So I mean, you can see where the price sits at $29. Paramount's offer is at about $30 a share. That's considered a hostile offer. Sorry for takeover because of course they basically already agreed. Warner Brothers already agreed to sell to Netflix, which puts them in a weird position because I don't think they've publicly released. At least I haven't seen any public release of the terms of that deal, which means that if they were to back out now, and even if they thought Paramount had a better offer or went back to negotiate with Netflix, Netflix might have cause to to claim whatever hardship payment they might be owed if they back out. So um, it could just be problematic for Warner Brothers because it might cost them more to take a higher deal than to go with the deal they got. So Netflix has been surprisingly quiet initially. Of course, they just came out with the statement saying they still believe their offer is best. Remember, their offer was not for all assets of Warner Brothers. They were only buying certain assets. They weren't going to buy specifically their cable offerings, and they were going to Warner Brothers was going to spin that off into a publicly traded separate company, whereas Paramount's offer is for everything. So the offers aren't structured the same way. Um, it's tough to know where this is going to go. I mean, Netflix certainly has the favorable position, I would imagine, from a contractual and relationship point of view with Warner Brothers. However, Paramount probably has the political upper hand and could put pressure on the deal overall. So it's tough to say. One way or the other, like you said, Carlos, if it creates trading opportunity, then go for it. Clash of the Titans, go fight. Maybe they can make a movie out of it after it. You
I'm sure it's a documentary.
know?
Why
Hey,
not?
that's right.
Everything is easily just documentary. In a couple of weeks, you could have a documentary on this.
Oh.
Um, all right. As far as trading, it's got some volume here. It is moving 2 million shares traded. I think it's worth watching. I like the story in the back and forth we got going on. How tradable is it going to be? I'm not sure, but we can definitely put it here. Actually, it should be on. Why not put it on the popcorn? This is definitely a popcorn ticker, right? So WBD. We'll put it around here. We'll see what happens. Again, I don't know how well it's going to trade, if it's going to provide opportunities, but we are obviously seeing an increase in volume, as you see on the daily here, with all the news breaking out in the last couple of days. All right, what else, friends? Over in chat, we'll start here in our chat room. Netflix, we did look at Baba. Actually, we didn't look at. We spoke about it, but Netflix itself, if we look at it here, nope, that's not the way you spell Netflix. NFLX, there it is. Netflix is again. It was tough yesterday. I know it did eventually end up selling down, but it was a tough ticker. Here's yesterday's action. So again, a lot of pullbacks, very heavy pullbacks. So it's very difficult to trade. Today, I'm not sure what you're going to get. Pre-market action, not doing a whole lot. Very choppy, just hanging around below the previous day close. I don't see it being a great one, so I'll keep it off the list here. Baba, let's take a look. Uh, Moving higher here, but again, Baba's just doing a lot of the movements in the after hours and pre-market. So intraday is not looking great. It did have I think one breakout yesterday, right? Did it right? Was it yesterday? It had a couple of breakouts, but again, not clean for my trading style. Today, this morning seems to be a little bit active. I like Baba, so I'll put it on the secondary list because I do like trading this ticker. Although I think it's been 2 months since we haven't actually taken a trade on it, so it has not been good lately. AMD, let's see, AMD's dropping too. Yeah, I'm probably going to fill some of these usual suspects. AMD, NVDA, I'm probably going to put on the list today, although again, they have not been great, man. I mean, these tickers, they have not been awesome at all, but we'll put it on here. AMD, NVIDIA. POTR has been mentioned in chat as well. Let's take a quick look on POTR. Again, pretty similar to what everything else is going on. Slightly higher this morning, but not doing a whole lot. One of our usual suspects, which we can put on deck as well. I'm going to put it on a secondary for now, just to leave a room for Tesla, which was one of the great tickers yesterday. Right, Tesla did have an amazing move at the market open, and it did continue. So Tesla was a lot of fun. Probably one of the best stocks off my watch list yesterday as far as continuation. So Tesla will be on deck today, and that's my list. I mean, really in play, PDD, Chewy, and then all these other ones are really just usual suspects. So I'm just monitoring them, right? I don't love them, but I know they can trade well. I know they're going to get the volume. And hopefully we can get some opportunities out of these. So that's my list for now. Peter, anything else you want to add before we head to our community events and announcements?
Nope, got it covered.
All right. Let's take a look. Where is... How come the screen is blank? Did I forget to click something? I probably did. Let's see. There it is. I forgot to turn on a button. Here it is. BearBootTraders.com. Friends, click on webinars so you can see what's happening. We're going to focus today on Wednesday.
Yeah, and we did have a great day and a busy day yesterday with 2 webinars at 7 and 8. So you had the big double dose of activity. And thank you to our friends at Trader Tax that joined us here live on YouTube to talk to you about tax and how to manage that. We also had a follow-up webinar for all of our elite members in the webinar room last night. Today we focus on psychology, as we do. It's a Wisdom Wednesday. Today we have a couple of things for your viewing pleasure. At noon, we've got Dr. Vanessa Charlin that does her future session for all of our elite members in the webinar room. Always a great session there. She is such an active trader, knows her stuff inside and out. So well worth attending. Plus, you got to find out what rocket tea she's got, but she'll reveal that, I guess, when we've got she'll be here on YouTube as well, I think, probably with Thor. She usually is. Anyways, and then tonight we've got our 8 p.m. webinar. Wesley's going to rejoin us talking about mental resilience, how you can maintain self-control under pressure. So attend at 8 tonight, and you can take advantage of that. If you want to join us at Bear Bull Traders, you just have to go to the website, bearbulltraders.com. Scroll down. You can see the different membership options from the intro right through to the Elite Annual. Pick the one that's right for you. And we can see you in the chat room all the time, every day. You can play, you can trade, you can talk, you can share the ups and downs. You can answer my poll that we do every day. I mean, it's a whole community of fun and activity, let alone all the learning and educational opportunities that come with it. And I can rant, sure. You know, I'm on to the close 3 to 4 o'clock every day, and you know, we can rant about things. We talk about things. It's always lots of fun. So, hopefully you'll join us at Bear Bull Traders. If you're out there on YouTube, though, right now, click the thumbs up. It helps the channel a lot. Really appreciate it. Helps us grow and helps others be aware of the fun that they can have. One of the things I'll just remind you, as I have been doing all week, is that our boot camp is starting in 2026. 2026. It's another one of those dates that just sounds like I'm talking about a sci-fi date. But we're now living in the future. Anyways, it's coming up quick. In only about 3 weeks or so, we'll be starting that next boot camp in January. And if you want to join, you just go to peakcapitaltrading.com and you can find all the information on that boot camp. It's a 3-month, very intensive course. If you want to accelerate your trading journey and your skills, then consider joining the boot camp. We keep you very busy with lots of learning opportunities, lots of interactive events, lots of live trading. Now, if you're here on YouTube with us, the live trading that we do here is very different than we do in boot camp, because boot camp's all about a training session. So we actually talk through the setup. So what are we looking at? Why are we watching that? You know, whether the setup works or not. You know, we sort of go a little more in depth about how we're trading, why we're trading, and what we're doing, so that you can sort of learn from that process. Whereas here, Carlos and I share our trades with you, but we don't necessarily give you all of the layout and the build-up. And part of the point of the boot camp is really to go in depth so you can build your own trade book and understand how you can manage. It doesn't matter if you trade like we do. We're going to give you the skills and the tools so you can build your own trading approach. So peakcapitaltrading.com, place to go for that. All right, let's set some of those levels, Carlos. Moderators out there, I see it's slow. Get your lists in. I want to let everybody know what you're watching, so time to get those posted.
All right, friends. A couple of tickers on here. Let's start with the PDD, which is one that is in play today on my list. Normally doesn't make it, but today they look very, very active, so I do want to see what's going on with them. So right now they're down 3%. Low of the pre-market, as you see on the screen here, is 112.26, so we'll put a level there. And then below that, what else we have? We have a bit of a drop right here. This would be, let's call it 111.34. There, and then going to the left here towards June, July, we do have a couple of more stuff off the daily. We have 109, and then just one more in case we do drop lower around 106.97. There's a spot there, but again, I don't think we'll get there today. Towards the top, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, and above that, you do see 119.58 is the top of this push up here, top of this consolidation, 119.58. Once you have that, I think you're pretty set on PDD. And for the most part, again, great volume this morning. I think it is in play today. Let's see how it can trade. All right, next on the list is going to be Chewy. Normally, we don't watch this ticker, but I think today is very, very active. And we got space. We don't have a whole lot that's in play right now. Again, given what's going on with the market, FOMC meeting later today. So around 2 o'clock, we should get some more activity. But this whole month, our gappers list has been very, very tough. Right? It hasn't been as easy and clean as we normally get. 37.39 is the high of the pre-market. 32.21 is the low. Below that, we got a couple of levels I think it's worth noting down. 31.74, and then right down here, 31.16. Once you do that, I think you're set towards the bottom. Right now, we are pushing higher. Look at this pre-market activity. Coming right down to 32.21, retested it, and then shot up all the way. Going green, here's our previous day close, all the way to 37.40. So again, very nice range this morning. That's what, about $5? $5, give or take 10, 20 cents range. So, I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome today, just in the pre-market. Right where the price action is sitting, or right below it, there is a level I think is worth having on here as well, 36.85. You can see the support happening here, here, and here, and here. Resistance here and here as well. So I think that is worth putting on there. We are doing like some kind of ping pong action between that and the previous day. I'm sorry, the high of the pre-market and the 36.85. So I think worth noting that. Here's what I was showing you earlier. These areas of support and resistance that I think are worth having. In the middle of that is one level right at 36, almost the whole dollar. And you can see in the pre-market how that's playing out nicely too. Right over here, see a couple of actions around that whole $1.36, which usually tends to happen. Some levels towards the top in case we do break out of this pre-market high where we're struggling at 38.29, not the best day. Look how choppy this daily is, and 39.19. This is the reason why we probably don't watch this ticker quite often, because it does have a very, very choppy daily chart here. All right, next, our good buddy NVDA. Stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Not much going on here. We're going to mark down the low of the pre-market at 184.28. The high of the pre-market, 185, 186 on the dot. And then after you do that, you're just stuck in this. Look at this. This is messy. This is so messy. You're just stuck in here. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing a good job. They pretty much got you covered. I don't think we need to add anything else. We'll leave that alone. AMD, I think it's almost the same situation. Also stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. I'm just going to go ahead and mark down the high of the pre-market, 222.99, 222.99, and then towards the bottom, 220.60. So there it is, and you're set. And then what else? Last one on the list, Tesla, which actually had a beautiful trading day yesterday. This morning's pre-market high, 448.91, and then towards the bottom, 446.30. And similar to many tickers, so they had a great day. They gapped down and pushed up pretty nice, had a beautiful intraday action. They're still right over here, stuck between all these levels, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, previous day close, you name it. It's just slamming into all these levels that we have here. So again, not a blockbuster list, but let's hope that we can get something going today, Peter. What is our team watching this morning?
All right, it's pretty late here. Our team seems to be well. There's a few people off. I know Mike and Megan are off and not trading. The rest are slow getting their lists in. Thor, though, he was up early and he's going to be watching Apple and Amazon as well as Boeing, actually. So keeping an eye on those. I got my watch list, the usuals in NVIDIA, Tesla, and AMD. I'm also going to be watching PLTR, Warner Brothers, and Chewy just because in the chat room I see that it's Ian saying that just got a new dog and it ain't cheap, so he's bullish on Chewy. That is certainly true. I watched my daughter spend so much money on her dog, and I'm like, it's a dog. They don't know. They don't care. They don't need all this fancy stuff. They could care less, right? Anyways, all right, but we can't help it, right? There's a couple of IPOs to let you know about as well. Phil is going to be watching Google, PLTR, Microsoft, and Amazon. Gary's got AMD, Tesla, and PLTR in his list. Brian, who will be trading live. Oh, Kyle, that's a disturbing video. What the heck? What a AI generated disturbance that is. Anyways, Brian is going to be trading Tesla, Nvidia, PLTR, and Chewy. And Eamon, he's just watching Tesla for a long. So
Yeah.
there you go. That's what we got so far.
Yeah, this video is disturbing from Kyle.
That really.
I love it. Good stuff.
People. Are you able to get that on the screen for our friends on YouTube? They can see what we're talking about.
Yeah, I can. If they want to be disturbed, just like we are.
Let's creep everybody out.
Yeah, why not? Why hold it to ourselves, right?
Yeah.
But
that's not right.
There it is.
That's definitely not right. All right.
Awesome. People love spending on their dogs.
For that disturbing image.
They really love spending on their dogs. They love spending dogs and kids. People love spending. Mm-hmm. All right. That's it. We're pretty much set, friends, over on our chat. Have an amazing trading day. Brian and Andrew up next with you guys trading live this morning, taking you through the market open. Peter and I are going to continue right here on YouTube. And again, it's going to be an interesting day. So take care, friends. We'll see you guys a little bit later in chat.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, we will.
All right.
I need to get the Atlas tool running. And
let's get everything set up, ready to rock.
And, all right. While we're getting set up, I just need to take a quick break so I can be all ready for live trading. We got about 6.5 minutes, guys, till the open. So
go
time
for it,
to
man.
Get everything in ship shape. I'll be right back.
All right. All right, we are set. Let's get our market atlas going here. And I am finally feeling much better. I was so tired the last 2 trading days. But today, I feel great today. So jet lag is out of the way, I think. And I'm feeling much better. All right, so market atlas, friends, we'll bring this up. Here it is. And I'm just going to put some of my tickers on market atlas. I'm going to be watching. One of them is going to be, I wonder how Chewy looks in the market atlas. So we'll put Chewy on here. We're going to put PDD, which got great volume this morning. So PDD. And what else? 2 more. And of course, AMD and NVIDIA. Why not? AMD. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to put NVIDIA and I'm going to put Tesla. I think Tesla's a good one to keep front and center today. Jet lag actually helped me start a new schedule, going to bed early and waking up early. We're going for a run and prep for the day. Let's see if it sticks. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I was up a couple of times at 4 in the morning, 1 in the morning, up to 4 in the morning, and then tired the entire day. So yeah, it can actually, if you want to change your schedule, it can actually help in doing that. So, but yeah, no, back to normal. My wife is still struggling. She's still having a tough time adjusting. But yeah, it's a way to start something different.
Jet lag is rough, especially if you haven't experienced it before.
Yeah, experience California 6 hours flight, three whatever hours, but 12 is it's a whole nother level. It really is. All right. Okay, let's get a good trade, one or two good trades, and that's all we need. Market, treat us right, treat us right, and
Oh my.
and we won't ask
All
for
right.
too much today. So put my
Yeah,
list
let's see what we
together.
get. I don't I
AMD.
don't I don't have a lot of hope for things. I'll watch Chewy here. Why not?
Yeah, you could tell by our watch list. I mean, PDD and Chewy leading the watch list today. Kind of tells you
Yeah.
how where we're sitting at here. So
There it is. And what else should I put up here?
I don't. Why did we put this here? This
How
was a
about
popcorn
people
ticker. This looks
talk
horrible. I'm
about
gonna take this
Broadcom?
off. I'm gonna get rid of this.
Yeah.
We'll get rid of that. That Oma. And I don't know why we put this here. Yeah, this is garbage. I'm gonna take this out. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, so Oma, we'll take it off.
What were you thinking?
I don't know what I was thinking. Take that off.
All right.
WDB a little bit better, but again, that's a real popcorn ticker, just entertaining. Amazon on the watch list for T-Man. I saw a couple of people mention Amazon. They do like the way this thing moves here. It's not my favorite ticker. I'll be honest, but we can look at it throughout the day, throughout the trading morning. Hey guys, I'm trading on Nifty and Sensex. Do you have any news on the U.S. Fed and any guess on how the Sensex opens tomorrow? What is the Sensex? What is that? Is that like a exchange? I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna look it up.
Sounds kinky.
Yeah, index BOM. What is this? BSE Sensex index BOM.
The Indian Stock Exchange.
Oh, is that what it is?
India.
Oh,
Apparently.
okay.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know much about this, to be honest.
idea.
I don't. Yeah, no
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. I don't watch anything outside the North American markets. I used to
Yeah,
try, and then I realized it's not relevant to what I'm trading. So,
yeah,
at
yeah.
some point you have to decide to sort of cull the information that's not adding value, like you might reduce your indicators, right? Sometimes we
Hmm.
put too much in there, and you just got so much stuff going on. You're like, you know what? I can't watch everything, and then you
No,
realize
it's
I
too
don't have
much.
to.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Chewy breaking a new pre-market high
All
here.
right.
It's looking good, man. It's looking really nice. 37.48. So I like Chewy today. It's gonna be one I pay attention to this morning.
Maybe a pullback, fallen angel type trade on Chewy. We'll see what we get. I don't. I'll be watching it, but I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna do.
Yeah, Tesla dropping
I
before
think
the
I
open
never know.
here. Tesla taking
My 1 minute
pulling
alarm
back.
just went. So we got
Mm-hmm.
50 seconds.
Yep. Yep.
Still cold.
Yeah, Chewy looks the best right now. So let's see what Chewy does. If it can give us a 1 minute ORB opportunity here. Good morning, Richard. Good to see you, my friend. POTR. We do have POTR here, but it's not doing much right now. So it is on my secondary list, and we'll look at it. Right now, it's pretty quiet as far as pre-market. So the most interesting pre-market stock that I see is Chewy. So I'm interested to see how when the market open comes in, how this trades.
Here we go.
And
Just a couple seconds to the open. 2, 1, and we're off. We're off to the races. All right, let's see what we get. Getting a move here. A little bit of a pop on NVIDIA. Of course, as always, we got NVIDIA.
all right, let's see.
Loves to pop at the open.
Chewy, nothing. Oh, it's a nicey stock. I just noticed that. It's doing the nicey thing where no volume the first minute. You got to give it a little bit. So we'll leave that alone for now. We could come back to it. NVIDIA. AMD, Tesla. Patience, my friends. Wait for the setup. Wait for the confirmation. Not everything requires a action from you, right? So patience, patience. PDD is doing nothing. Chewy. There it is. Now it's starting to get a little bit of action. Nice drop. Got to be careful on the share sizing. This thing can move quite a bit, actually. So careful on the share size you take here. You don't got to take a boatload of shares to make a decent return. So easy on it. Easy, easy. Trade action on PDD. Nothing. NVDA.
I am short a little bit of NVIDIA.
Nice, nice.
Here just took a partial, hoping I can go to low of day because I took a pretty big size on it, so I gotta get the.
Very nice. Hopefully you get the drop here. Struggling, but hopefully you can give you another leg down.
Here we go. You can see I got in and added heavy, thinking it was going to go low here, and it just stopped me out. Okay. All right. So again, I still think it's going to drop here, but you know how it's choppy here. Who knows? I don't want to take too much of a risk because NVIDIA likes to go higher at the open. It's certainly done it, and the fact that I went short above the previous day close is a risky move. So that's why just don't take any risk on these things because I'll wait and see for a better setup later.
TSLL. Looking at Tesla. Let's see.
Yeah, Tesla's popping higher.
All right, I'm gonna go long on TSLL. So long TSLL. I'm not gonna trade this ticker, but long TSLL. I'm looking at Tesla though, because it's got the better setup, I think. So let's see. Long TSLL. Stop loss 1914. Let's see if we can hold above the VWAP here. Let's see. Looks like it wants to go.
Chewy.
All right, let's see. There it is. See if we get the push. Could turn into a nice 5-minute ORB. So wait a little bit here. We got the Atlas on this looks great. Looks very bullish. Orders at 451. Let's see if we get the push higher. Struggling. It's interesting how the VWAP is on both of these, right? Tesla's a little bit better. I can't trade it based off of this 1 minute engulfing, but if you look at TSL, the VWAP is all the way up here, not down here where Tesla has it. So very interesting the way that's set up there. Okay, here we go. Oh, beautiful, friends. Partial. Why is it not working? Oh, okay, good. Partial. There it is. Partial on TS. Yeah, it got stuck. I'm like, what's going on? I think my my gaming pad is giving signs of stress. I think it's been a couple of years already. I think it's trying to retire on me. Yeah, because it takes a bit to
Should have stuck to my guns on NVIDIA. Look at that.
Did it drop?
Got to the low of day.
Did it drop?
Yeah, it did. It did. And I was thinking about going back short around 185.30, and now it's the dollar lower than that, so that would have been a good move.
Yeah.
But oh well, I didn't.
Oh, NVIDIA, Tesla. Come on, baby.
Tesla.
Yeah. Finally, something's working. It's been a rough week. All right, let's see if we can continue here. Another partial on Tesla on that pop. 1953. Let's see if it can. VWAP can do his job here. VWAP can do his job and push it higher will be great. But it looks actually very weak. I'll stop out of break even
Really
on
hard
this thing.
push down there.
Yeah, I'll get out of break even. We're right on it. 13, 19, 30. I haven't looked at NVIDIA yet.
Carlos. No, it's just
Oh wow.
I had the right idea.
Your pain.
I just
yeah, feel your pain, man.
I just couldn't hold through. Hold through that pullback. That's okay.
Yeah.
You're at your break even there, on.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out of it. We got 2 partials out of it. I don't want to give the wins back here. And with everything selling off, it might be too much pressure for Tesla to hold on to this. So better get out, and we can always get back in. So Tesla's selling down. 5-minute looks very interesting here. If we can get a 5-minute engulfing towards the previous day close, it could be a nice short. Let's see. Man, that blows on Tesla, man. I mean on NVIDIA for you, man. Intel was good. Hard to believe, but you're right. Intel was a nice short here. I don't know how tradable this was, because we see that sometimes where you got a nice chart, right? A nice drop here on the 1 minute, 5 minute. But how tradable was it? It's sometimes the issue. PDD, no volume, but a good VWAP breakout setup, right? You got the little breakout here, the tests of the pullback, and this will be the confirmation around 114. It's just the volume on this thing is so wonky. So I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
POTR, you guys are mentioning. Oh yeah, beautiful breakout. That is a nice 5-minute ORB breakout on POTR. Really nice, actually. Look at that go. 185.40. All right, Tesla could be a short, guys. Tesla could be a real nice short towards the previous day close, losing the VWAP here. Let's see. You could trade TSLA. How does the Atlas look? Atlas looks. You still got heavy orders at 451. But it's about to put a nice 5-minute engulfing here. I don't like the previous day close there. Don't like that. Mr. Chabby B, absolutely. We'll talk about it in a little bit here. I'm still looking for my next trade, which I think will be on Tesla. I like Tesla short, but I don't have my setup here yet. We do got the breakdown. We don't have the pullback yet. But I do like the potential for short here. And you got a beautiful 5-minute engulfing as well. So oh man. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not ideal. All right, it's not ideal. We'll leave it alone. It's not ideal. Let me not force it. Video coming back up to the VWAP and the previous day close. This could be a nice breakout. Previous day close and VWAP breakout here in this area. So let's see what it wants to do. But I do like that because we can break out from both of these, right? The best scenario here for me would be if this thing goes up, breaks to the VWAP and gets above the previous day close, gets a pullback to the VWAP and then breaks above the previous day close. I know I'm asking for a lot. Yeah, I'm just asking
Yeah.
for like everything here, but that would be ideal. Like that is our entry. So let's see. Let's see if we get it. So um, I know it's a lot of things I'm asking for here, but if we can get that, that is like a perfect entry for us to go long. So let's see what happens. LUV, POTR, it's much better open than yesterday, right, friends? I mean, it's a lot going on here. AMD at the VWAP as well. Um, so that could be interesting as it tries to push us above here. I do like the VWAP to be down here as it could do this move, with the VWAP there. That's usually nicer for me, not below it. But you can still trade it depending when you have your VWAP too, right? Because I know your VWAP could be a little bit different depending on how your setup is. POTR is gone already. I don't have a strategy there. Oh, Tesla. I knew it. I knew it. We need Brian's. Do we have Brian's face here on the tickers? We don't. We'll use Andrews. We'll use Andrews and Peters. We need Brian's I knew it face there for Tesla. AMD, that break is nice. So here it is, NVIDIA. NVIDIA, guys. I'm gonna go long NVIDIA. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. So long NVIDIA. Stop loss. So we have to give it like 80 cents, unfortunately. 60 cents. 184. 184.60. I think that's good enough. Yeah, 184.60. So about 60 cents, 40 cents actually. Let's see if we can get. So long NVIDIA. I want to get the break above the previous day close into the pre-market high, which is 185. Sorry, the high of the day, 185.48. Let's see. We got two levels here they can try to use as breakouts, right? There's got to be enough buyers here, I would think, that want this thing to go green. NVIDIA's Atlas is good, actually. I should have checked this earlier. I'm slacking. I should have checked this before going into the trade, but just getting used to Atlas still. But we do have tons of orders to the upside. 180, 187, 186. The whole dollar number seems to be very, very active for NVIDIA to the upside. Amazon. Okay, let me look at some stuff you guys are mentioning here. So Amazon, yeah. Nice breakout. Nice breakout. I don't see a trade for me here, but nice breakout on Amazon. Yes. What else you guys are looking at? Demi, you're looking at that? I took that off my list. That is dangerous stuff. OLMA. Yeah, it's dangerous stuff here. It is moving higher. Just be cautious with that one. NVIDIA long still in TSLL. Yeah, had a nice pop on TSLL. Partial, stopped out of break even. And we're looking for NVIDIA to push higher here. AMD didn't get the nice breakout that we're experiencing, hopefully, on NVIDIA here. Much cleaner the bounce. So hopefully, let's see if NVIDIA continues. Chewy, garbage. This is garbage, Chewy. And this is why we end up not watching it, right? Beautiful pre-market activity, and then market opens and you do nothing. Like, that is very tough trading. I mean, look how beautiful this is, right? And then nothing happens. So typically, well, we don't watch this stock because a few times we watch it, that is kind of our experience. Even you mentioned it, Peter, like, yeah, you're watching Chewy.
Yeah.
Because we know how it is.
Yeah, it does. It sort of lets you down quite a bit.
Yeah, it does. All right. Can we get to the high of the day? NVIDIA. Let's see. High of the day on NVIDIA will be my first partial. That'll be awesome if we can get there. Struggling right now, pushed up and then selling off. Again, just banking on these two levels to kind of hold it here, but man, that sell-off is not looking good. Walmart and GM, love them. It's a very interesting combination. Walmart did move higher this morning, and GM also higher. Very different style of trading. Brent, you got there, but again, it's depends on how you like to trade. This thing did move up, and you're seeing both of these pushing higher. So nice, nice, nice. All right, 184.60 is my stop, so we still got a little bit of room here on NVIDIA. But not looking good. We're not holding these levels here. What did Tesla end up doing? Down as well. AMD not doing much. TSLA, same thing. BABA, choppy. POTR, initial pop, and look at that, right back below the V-up, guys. So not a big continuation, but if you got a good entry, you could have taken a couple of partials there and done okay. NVIDIA is just battling right above our stop, so hoping that it can get back above into the green. Warner Brothers actually did do something here, 30 cents above.
Yeah,
they're open.
Did move up.
Yeah. Apple, we missed Apple. Yeah, it's a good breakout. Trying to see how I would have taken it, but I don't see how I would have played this one. I don't see it. All right, NVIDIA's hitting our stop here, so we're going to get out of NVIDIA. It's right on our stop, 184.62. Just came right to it, but it looks like it's gonna flush. Yeah, I'm gonna get out. Oh wait, is it? Are we?
It's hard to say what.
Hard to say, man. Yeah.
Do.
How much time for this candle? 14 seconds. No, 24. We got to get above that VWAP. Got to get back above that to have a chance. Sellers are winning right now. All right, new 1 minute. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Yep, we're out. That's not good. It's gonna go lower. It tried. It really tried, but it had no luck in holding that. What else? What else? Man, this is tough. PDD actually did nice, but again, no volume. Very difficult to trade this thing. And Peter, for you, anything? Have you dabbled in anything besides NVIDIA short?
Yeah, I'm actually short NVIDIA again right now.
Nice.
So
nice. Okay.
So trying to get a move down here.
Yeah.
Being a little aggressive on it, I have to admit. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't bounce back on me and stop me out. But
yeah,
it's fighting. It's fighting.
It is, man. It is. You got level 184.24. What is that? Why did I mark that down? That is the low of the pre-market. Yes, low of the pre-market. Yeah, guys, not an easy day. So 1 win, 1 loss. It is just very, very, very tough morning, and it's what we've seen all week. All week it's been just like this. Very, very hard mornings. Have not been easy.
And as we've been saying, right? I mean, with that Fed rate announcement this afternoon, we can expect a little bit lower volume, which is what we're seeing, right? We're seeing average volumes around 50 to 60% on most things. NVIDIA is trading 64%. So, it's and Tesla did finally break down and went red.
Yeah, man. I should have been shorting this. I had a feeling we would have had an entry right
It
here. Maybe would have
it would
stopped
have
the
been
sell.
hard. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it did bounce back. That bounce back up
right.
to VWAP would have been a tough hold, but I
Yeah,
was thinking
yep.
short on it as well. So,
I would have survived it because my stop would have been above VWAP if I did not take a partial here, which I probably would have taken a
right.
partial there. So, um, but if you did take this, yeah, it's a nice drop, 25 cents there. That is awesome, and it might go lower. Let's see. Let's see if it can go lower. But I love this engulfing pattern on the 5 minute right here. This is real nice. You set your stop above VWAP, give yourself enough space, and you can write it down to at least the target would have been the low of the day, which you have down here. So again, great setup. Hopefully you guys took that, and hopefully you did well. Beth, you are short TSLL. Awesome. Yeah, I wish I was short with you on that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. And it can go lower. Tesla is breaking below the previous day close. So let's see if it can head lower. NVIDIA, Peter, for you, it looks like it might go lower here. Might break 184.27 now. Let's see. That's the low of the pre-market. Chewy might go lower, but this is just nasty. This is just so bad. So careful on that one. And I don't see anything else that I love here. PLTR. Oh, that's so beautiful. You guys did call me on this, but again, I was just busy with some other crap. But you guys did, man, because you guys were calling me about PLTR, and I just couldn't get to every ticker. But yeah, look at this. Breakthrough, pullback. What a beautiful confirmation for a VWAP breakdown. That is nice. Hopefully you guys took that. And then once you're in, the best thing about this trade here, once you're in, it doesn't come back and test your entry, which is nice because then you can survive all of this and get the reward at 182.98 down here. So hopefully you guys took that. PTR did a nice video. Yeah, Hollow West 4. Yes. Beautiful. Hopefully you guys took it. AMD, NVIDIA is just battling here. This 184. Chewy is garbage. And PDD slowly but surely climbing higher with as little volume that is trading. So it's somehow, some way, it's managing to move higher. Rates not cutting. I don't know. I think they'll cut. I think they'll stick to their plan, right? It's 25%. Right? That's what they're looking for.
Look,
yeah.
Quarter point. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think quarter point. I don't think they're gonna deviate from that. But who knows? I just don't think that Mr. Powell is into shocking the market. He's not into that. So he's not into that. He's gonna cut.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think he's into the drama. I don't think he's into that. He hasn't done it in who knows how long. So I doubt he'll start doing it now. I highly doubt it. Unless he wants to leave with a bang. Right? Because he ends middle of next year.
Possible. But when
does his term end?
Talking about that. He's got two more meetings after this one. Apparently it's May. May's
okay, middle of the year. Yeah.
It's right between two Fed meetings. So we've got a couple more, right? That he's so I mean, if he really wants to leave with a bang, this is not the one to do it because he's got two more rate announcements under his term. So
for the flash up on PDD, yes, I wouldn't go crazy. But people do tend to believe that when you have this, that the move up might be done, right, and you might start heading lower. So, but again, I've seen it where it does head lower, and I've seen it where it does head higher. So I wouldn't buy into it too much. Let it be one of your criterias, and then add up all your criterias, and then determine if this could be a good short. If you're looking to do that, or if you want to get out of the trade because you're long. So, but I wouldn't put a lot of weight on stuff like this because we've seen this plenty of times. And I actually, in the past, when I first started trading, I will see this and I would take a short. Oh, yeah, they're looking to get out, and it would just go higher, right? And I've done it the other way where like, oh, it's gonna go higher. People want to get up here, and it doesn't work. So, have more of a plan around it because you never know what this is here or what it means. It's very difficult to tell.
Right. Yep.
And it could be just nothing. It could be just people transacting orders and just being recorded there, and has nothing to do with the actual movement of the rest of the price action. So again, having different it didn't get filled. Oh, you did have, okay, good example. So Brink 5920, you did have an order there and didn't get filled. So that's just the transactions being recorded, right? And we've seen that plenty of times. And when that happens, it's basically a triangle will still stay not filled. And usually when you see that, it just appears and there's no actual movement of price going up and then coming back down. If the price is going up and coming back down, then you would get filled. But in that case, it's just transactions. So being passed through the system. We're back in it, guys. Choppiness besides Tesla. Besides Tesla, everything is choppy. Oh, Peter, you got your move down on NVIDIA. There we go.
I did. I've been chasing this thing on the way down. I've been
Yep.
taking no risk, like sort of what I call no risk trades, because I wait to see the weakness and then chase it down, which means I don't have as good of an entry as I should. So
Yeah.
but I'm in it right now. I'm hoping for a break to low of day, which would put me around 183.60, 183.70, 183.60 if we can get there. But this 184 level is proving to be tough here. It's holding.
Yeah. Yep. Chewy, nothing. PDD, anything. NVIDIA's moving lower at least. And AMD is choppy. Tesla did get a nice move lower. Right towards the low of the day, slightly below it, and trying to hold here, as you see right now. So I don't see anything else. It's just two trades for me, friends. First one on Tesla, which worked out pretty nice. We would love the continuation, but we didn't get it on TSLA. And then another one on NVIDIA, which stopped us out and went lower. So that's the day so far. Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. It does help us out a ton. Right now, we're sitting at 214 likes, which is pretty bad. It's pretty low.
Yes,
so let
low.
me. It's pretty low. Yes.
What's going on?
Yeah. So let me bother you guys and have you please hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it a ton. So a little on the low side. Remember, we're not responsible for how the watch list looks in the morning. It's not our fault. We don't put it together. We just communicate. So
don't blame us.
Don't blame us for the crappy watch list and choppiness we're getting today.
Okay.
Yeah.
NVIDIA came back with all my ads. I just got stopped out on this pull back, so I'm not. It's very choppy out there this morning.
Yeah, man. It's tough. And if you're trading and you're having a tough time, it's not just you. This entire week, it's been rough, right? I'm down this week. Like if I look at the entire week, I'm down. So it's not a great week. Everything's been extremely choppy. And then during this time, what you want to do is you want to have excellent risk management, right? Come back tomorrow. Wait for your trades. Don't push yourself to try to make the day screen. That's usually when you get into trouble. So take it for what it is. The market's not going anywhere. We're just going through a very choppy stretch here. So just got to survive. It's preserve capital, survive, and patience. So very important. Like I'm red on the day, right? So we made some money on TSLA and we gave it right back on NVIDIA. So we're sitting slightly red because we gave all the profits back. But again, you cannot let that worry you and start to jump on the next trade because you got to make it green, right? So that doesn't work.
Yeah.
That does not.
Yeah, I hear
work.
you. Three times. The three times I can specifically point to where I was hesitant on my entries and it cost me
Mhm.
opportunity today. And it's tough. I've got another one of these days, Carlos, where I've traded more than I normally do all day. I've got one
Yeah.
all NVIDIA. It's the only thing I've traded, but I've traded NVIDIA one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seven
It's a
times.
lot. It's a lot. But you see, your trading's a little bit different though because you get in and then
Yeah,
as soon as it moves forward, you put your stop to break even. Like I can't trade Nvidia
correct.
7 times like that. I'll get killed because if I do it the way I do it, right, my stop will be, let's say 40 cents every time. So I'll get destroyed, right? But the
Right.
way you do it is a little bit different, which I think is smart. To
Yeah.
get in and then you get the move, stop to break even right away. So you're not really
I'm not taking
risking
I'm not taking much
anything.
risk. Yeah.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
taking much risk. You're always risking something when you get in, but you're not taking much risk
Yeah.
once it goes in your move. Yeah. So
Right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and Marcus, if you haven't been here, the rate decision's at 2 o'clock. That's when it gets announced, and then the press conference starts at 2:30. So basically, 2 to about 3:15 is when all the fun happens.
Yeah. Wow. Tesla's who's in Tesla short? Oh man, you are in a good position. Let's see if it breaks lower
Ugh,
here.
don't
You're
even.
in
Oh, Tesla.
you're in a good
Darn it.
position because this is a
Should have.
nice it looks great right now below
Should
the
have been in
below the
Tesla.
previous day close. It looks so good. So if you're short here, hopefully you're still in it. Hopefully a couple of partials in because this is already a $2 move from where we will be entering, right? So you're $2 in the green and I think it's gonna go lower. Again, just what I think, just my gut feeling. Don't trade off for that. Don't trade off my gut feeling. It's not good. But
Even you don't trade off your gut feeling.
no,
So,
no, I do not.
well,
And
not
yeah,
most of the time, anyways.
yeah. Oh man, here it come. Here it is, the drop. I see bids down there, 226. Let's see. It's gonna break down to 443.50 and hopefully 443. So tons of bids. It looks very bearish on the level 2 here. And then let's see if the buyers are going to give it up. I'm going all in on the feels. The feel good trades,
What
the
is what
feeling
does the market
trades.
atlas look like? Well, we can show you that.
Yeah, I can
Here,
show you that. Let's
I
see
can put it on
here.
my screen if you want, Carlos. If you don't have it there,
Yeah.
here's the market atlas. You can
You
see that
have
there's a lot
it.
of
Yeah.
there's larger orders on the downside,
Yep.
and we have an IPO that just opened up.
Which one?
J JMG.
JMG.
Yeah,
JMG
it's a low
Group.
volume though. Yeah,
All right, here we go.
not a
First
great.
candle.
That's a
Fresh
early. That's
charts.
early for an IPO.
Yeah.
Normally IPOs don't open this early in the day, but this one did. So
Halted. Alrighty. Barely did anything. Oh, sitting on the American Stock Exchange too. So
oh yeah, it's halted already. So yeah,
that's
there you go.
yeah, there it is. Halted.
If you need yet another reason to
Yeah, this is not good.
avoid.
Yeah, can someone look it up for us, lazy Europeans? uh, we got you. We got you. Um, but yeah, halt it.
Don't be so
Oh,
lazy that
wow.
you don't hit the thumbs up button though.
Yeah, don't be that lazy. That's bad lazy. Like just good lazy, and then that's like not
Well,
good lazy.
we'll yeah, we'll look things up for you.
Oh yeah,
Just don't just give us a thumbs up for it. We'd appreciate that.
yeah. Whatever you need, we'll look it up after you hit that thumbs up. So let's see here. NVIDIA, Chewy, so bad. PDD coming back down here. AMD also choppy. Tesla, no good. As far as no good for an entry now, long or short, right? But if you're in it, this looks great. Looks really good.
Mm.
So tons of bits over at 1902 on TSLL. So yeah, I think it wants to break lower. I really do, because you have a lot of orders nearby. Yeah, there's more to the downside, I think. The orders are up to the upside really far out. They're like at 4 something, 450. Yeah, they're up there, so that's pretty high up. So let's see. Let's see if we get the breakdown. Coin. What's coin up to? We haven't looked at coin in some time. Oh yeah, look at the breakout on coin. Very difficult to trade that unless were watching it or got some kind of alert. But here's the breakout on coin. Very nice. Breaking above the high of the day and pushing higher. Wants to go green. Seems like. Google as well breaking out. Yes, if things start to turn around, that's not good for Tesla. Because Tesla loves to follow the crowd if they're going to go long. So if the crowd is going up, Tesla will love an opportunity to head northeast. And I see the SPYs pushing higher here as well. Any news at 10? No, we don't have anything today, right? Until 2?
No, nothing.
No, nothing.
Nothing planned.
Yeah. Yeah, look at the SPY. It's trying to go green. Not a big move, but at this point, anything is anything. Anything is something. Anything is something at this point.
Anything is something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's pretty modest here.
All right. Let's see. NVDA. What do we have? APLD. What poll can we do today? Why do you just buy TS? What is TSLZ? T-Rex. ETF. I mean, yeah, if you're investing or want to invest or something, you could buy this. I don't usually trade these leveraged ETFs, but you could. This Tesla, yeah, you could do this. Same thing with TSLL. You could do the same thing as well, right? Actually, I did trade TSLL today. I went long on it, partial, and stopped out of break even. We didn't get the continuation, but yeah, you could trade those. Typically, I don't do that. I do it with TSLL. You could do it with NVDL. It's an NVIDIA. It's another one you could do that with as well. So yeah, you could do that. You could if the price makes sense, right? It's cheaper at 87. TSLL is much cheaper at 19.
Yeah.
And inverse. Yeah, I don't really do the inverse stuff. Like the stuff is going long, I want to go long. Why would the inverse help? I know it can help. For example, if here's where I find it useful, and I haven't ran into this situation yet, is if you don't have shorts for a particular stock, then you could trade the inverse. But typically, a lot of these stocks like Tesla, NVIDIA, we always have shorts with Interactive Brokers. I mean, you should have shorts on all these big names, right? If you don't have short with your broker on these big names, you got to switch brokers, right? Or normally won't tell you what to do. But if you don't have shorts on AMD, NVIDIA, and Tesla, your broker is a big problem. That's not going to work.
I mean, unless you've got an account that is restricted so that you can't take short trades, which.
Okay. Yes, I didn't think about that one. Yeah.
Right. If you got no leverage or
a cash account, because cash account, I don't think you could short, right? So that makes sense.
So,
yeah.
So
there you go.
Then you can go long to go short. So.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense. What is an inverse? So basically, Allison, an inverse is you could find do we have a Tesla one? TSLL.
TSLS. TSLS.
All right, so TSLX. What this does?
S.
S
is in Susan.
Oh, S is in Susan. There we go.
Yeah.
So, this is nasty. But it does the opposite of what Tesla is doing. So if Tesla's going up, this will go down. If Tesla's going down, this will go up. So if you want to short Tesla, for example, if Tesla's going down, but you can't short Tesla because you have a cash account, then you can trade this one here long, and it'll be the same thing. But yeah, that could be an example of doing that. But yeah, TSLQ is better. TSLQ, yeah, 'cause this one doesn't look that hot. TSLQ looks a little bit better, 2 times. Okay, because it's 2 times, so it's actually better. Yeah, the TSLQ. So if you have a cash account, you can't short
There you go.
Tesla or you can't short TSLL. You can go
Right.
long this, right? And it's like going short Tesla. So that makes sense. I didn't think about that. Cash account, some kind of restriction. Um, you can still get an opportunity to do it. Yeah, cash accounts. Ah, yeah, RAs, Roth. Yeah, that's right. You can't short any of those accounts. I mean, I don't trade those type of accounts as far as
Oh man.
intraday trading, but you're right. On those accounts, you can't do that. So everything has to be an investment. So what is a cash
POTR is
account? Um, POTR. A cash account is basically you don't have buying power. You don't have leverage. So, for example, if you have $50,000, you're only trading $50,000, and then you gotta wait for. You have restrictions because the only way to short, you need to borrow money to be able to short. So, a leverage account that has 4-to-1 buying power, you are able to use that buying power to short. If you don't have that, you can't short tickers. So some people don't have that. They prefer their cash account. I don't know what's the benefit of having a cash account. Um, I don't know what the benefit is. So
yeah. Depends where you are. Sometimes if you're considered a bad credit risk, they'll only give you a cash account. Um, Sometimes if in Canada, you've got some restricted account classes where you might have to have a cash account. Can't go short on
mm,
things.
okay,
Can't
that
use
makes sense.
leverage if it's if it's a retirement investment class, right? It'll
Yeah, that I could
disqualify it.
see. Yeah, yeah. Don't take risky trades where you can end up owing, you know,
Right.
or
Exactly.
blowing up easily. Yeah, makes sense. PDT. What about PDT? Can only no PDT on cash account. No PDT. Oh, no PDT on cash account. Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
I did not know. I did not know that. Or maybe I did and I forgot. No PDT on cash account. So
I guess
you
that makes
don't.
sense. Is your
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So no PDT on cash account. So that means you can. You don't have to trade 3 times. You can trade more than 3 times. Day trade more than 3 times. That makes sense. So if you got like $15,000 and you have a cash account, you can day trade as much as you want. Yeah, it makes sense. All right, let's see here. All right, so yeah, so it's a lot of reasons why that makes sense. So you guys brought up some really good points, Peter, as well. Okay, Alice, so you have an account, right? 20,000 cash account only. Okay, yeah, which is a good amount starting out. It's a great amount starting out. So yeah, so there you go.
yeah.
If you want to trade some short stuff, you could look at TSOQ, right? Um, and you can actually trade the short position going long. So just be careful with the leverage. I think at the end of the day, it's just as long as you're not risking, as long as you're risking the same amount, like these 2 times leverage stuff is no problem. As long as you're not risking now 2 times more of your original of your what you normally risk for a trade. I think that's the most important thing. Keep your risk the same, right?
Right.
Don't let that fool you. So all right, Nvidia. Peter, you're still in Nvidia, right?
No,
No.
I got stopped out. I got stopped out when it
Oh,
pulled back. So
okay, okay.
again, I,
Yeah, yeah,
I I feel like I misplayed this. I was not. I was too risk adverse, which cost me the opportunity. But I knew it was going to be a
yeah,
choppy day, so I didn't want to take a big risk. The signals weren't completely clear to me. Again, I still feel like I'm working on my open trading approach. It's just
yeah,
not natural to me. So
yeah, yeah.
takes
I
time.
see.
Takes time. Trying to be patient.
See. No, agreed. Listen, the way the market's been, that's not a bad strategy, man. This market has been tough, 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 tough this week. So I'm hoping that after after today and after whatever Christmas rally thingy happens, that we're just back to normal trading. Because man, October, beginning of November were awesome. Everything we touched was nice. So we hope we'll get back to that. It's just we got to survive this stretch here of choppiness. PDT is only in the U.S. That is correct. So U.S. residents, you do have to deal with the PDT rule. They are trying to revise that. I think by the beginning of next year or into the middle of next year, it's going to go down to. There's still going to be a PDT rule. It's just not going to be 25,000, which will be nice for our new traders getting into this, right? Not everybody wants to take, $30,000 to try something that they don't know if they're going to be good at, right? So I don't blame you. So NVIDIA. Chewy did fall apart here a little bit. PDD, nothing. AMD. Yeah, I think we're just stuck until the FOMC meeting, 2 o'clock. That's a long day to just wait. It's only 10:15. That's a long time, man. They got to make this meeting like at 12. Why 2? Who picked 2 o'clock? Whose idea was this?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Right? Why 2?
I'm sure there's a historical reason for that, right? Like it's, back in the day. I have no idea.
Sleepy Joe?
I mean,
this was there before Sleepy Joe.
Oh, this is a long. Yeah, this has been the approach for a long, long time.
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe.
I think we can't say. I think that offends some people, right? If you say Sleepy Joe.
It does.
Yeah. So Wakey Joe, Wakey Joe. I don't know.
It's almost like an ironic name now, but anyways, never mind. Let's face it, man. You get old, you get tired.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like listen, you get to a certain age, we're all sleepy. Yeah. You can't blame him.
Exactly.
For his age and what he did a lot, man. There's a lot of people at that age that cannot do what he was doing. That is a tough job. So you got to give him credit for that, man. That's not easy.
The U.S. likes old presidents. So
we do, man. We keep getting them older and older. What's going on here? Nobody young wants to take.
Yeah, I saw this graphic where they were showing I can't remember. They lined up 4 or 5 different presidents. I guess 5 because Trump would be on there twice, and it was the president in 2025, president in 20 whatever, when was the last election? Was 2020. Anyways, and then they had Clinton on there, and they had Bush Jr. I think, and anyways, but they were all born in the same year. So they had presidents that were elected ranging in a
later
time span. But if you look at date of birth, they were all born in 1947 or whatever.
Right. So me, they're just getting older and older. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Exactly. So
yeah.
Which was sort of interesting to see. So.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird. We need some young, fresh blood. Young, fresh blood here. So.
Well, yeah, it's. I guess you got to have some reasonable candidates to do that, right? But that's always the problem in politics, right?
Yeah. Wonder what the next one will look like, because I don't see anybody from either side. So that'll be interesting. What it will look like next round.
All right, Tesla is on the way back up. Tesla's above VWAP here. Never got that big breakdown. It's we'll see what it does. I mean, just look at the SPY or triple Q charts, and you can see that we're in a sideways. We're in a chop zone here. Not a lot happening. So just be careful. Just don't try and force things. So far, anyways, it does not feel like the day for big moves. Oh, excuse me. PLTR is the one thing that actually moved. I mean, I'm not sure how predictable that was, but it moved up, it moved down, and moved back up again. That's all it's done. So,
Brian, I see with politics, people are too unsmart to realize they don't vote for a party, that they vote for people. Yeah, that happens. I think that happens everywhere, right? Yeah, you're in my country too.
Sure.
People are stuck with their party, and there's different political parties in my country, and people will vote
we get that in
for their
Canada.
party, even if their person is
But
not the
anywhere.
best. Yeah, it's just because they were born that party, their parents were that party, their families that party, friends of that party, and they're blinded. I think is, man, what they should do is let's put a list of the things that each candidate is going for, hide their picture, hide everything, just vote for these two things, and then you get whoever you get. I think that's the real way to do it. Don't put no party, just put, you know,
I don't know.
it's
There's
like I went
there's
to
no
a
perfect
jury
solution, is
duty. Right, I went to jury duty, and one of the things is, you don't want to have a bias, right? Especially when you see the person,
Right.
you don't want to have a bias. I'm like, okay, if that's the case, if you want this to be really unbiased, hide the person's name. Don't show him whether he's, Spanish, black, white. Don't show him,
Wait,
and
wait.
just
You got a bias right there. You said him. Why
yeah.
is it
Well,
him?
when I went was to him, right? The one I went to was to him, right? And there was a reason why
It's
it's to
almost
him,
always a
because
him. But anyway.
yeah, it was to him. But just hide everything and just say, here's the facts, and then let people decide off of that, right? And they could be really unbiased. But that was a big thing, man, like about it being biased. And actually, I got kicked out because I knew Spanish, so they kicked me. I went all the way to the final round of being a juror, but because I knew Spanish, I'm like, that would have been a unfair bias.
I don't understand. I still don't understand why that would be
It's
considered
crazy.
bias. But
It's crazy. So that's gonna be a long one
anyways.
too. It's gonna be all into December. But yeah, so
Well,
they did not want me to hear the testimony in Spanish before anybody else heard the translation in English. So they wanted to kind of have it. But yeah, but you're right.
that
I don't.
seems
It's weird. It's weird. I
seems
didn't know that was
nuts.
a thing. Did not know
How
that was
dare
a
you
thing.
get
But yeah,
more information?
I know. I know.
It's,
So interesting. Yes, informed voters. Yeah, I agree. No
yeah.
names, just
Anyways.
policy. Yeah, will be interesting. We should do it like that one year. See what happens. I think people might be shocked on the which way they vote. Um, choppiness everywhere. All I see is chop. Where's that chop? Where's that chop thing of yours, Peter? With the guy.
Oh, the guy. Where's the guy?
Where's the guy with the
Let's
chop?
see.
Let's get the chop out.
We gotta find him here.
Yeah, I think you sent it to
Yeah.
me.
Did I? Here he is.
I think you did. Yeah.
Put him on the screen there.
There it is.
There you go.
Chop it up.
Chops a lot.
Here it is.
Chopping it up. There he is. Off he
Wait, it's
goes.
moving. It's moving slow. It's moving. Why is it moving so slow?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's not moving slow on my screen, but somehow
It's
that
not?
translates
Okay.
slow
Damn.
on your screen.
Okay. Okay.
I'll have to send that to you, anyways.
Yeah.
Look
I
at
think
this.
you
Look at
did.
this chart, guys. Look, this is not typically me, but look at what I've done on NVIDIA today. Look at that Christmas tree. I must be in a Christmas spirit.
Yeah. I see that. I see that. I see that.
That's lots of chasing this thing around, trying to get a move at no risk. So
Yeah, man.
let me here, Carlos. I sent it to you now. Now you
All
can-
right.
Oh, did I send it? Wait, it said it sent it.
Telegram.
Drop files here. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Juan, that's good. Even choppy gifs are choppy.
There you go. That's true.
That's actually really good. It's actually really funny. Even the GIF is choppy. That's how choppy it is. Oh man, that is great. Oh, love it, love it. This is awesome. Well, you know what? If I'm gonna have bad choppy days, I'd rather have it here with you guys. This is fun. Makes the day go faster. That's for sure. But man, it is brutal. There it is. Now we got some good connection. Chop, chop, chop. We got to make this go. There it is. That is our market this morning. So Is there news for why battery stocks are down? Give me a battery stock that you're looking at, Charlie. What's a EV battery type thing you're looking at today? What are they? We used to watch this before. Was Riot a battery? Was it Riot? No. Or was it... What was the battery ticker we used to look at a lot? It was when EVs were in business. They were in play. ABAT, American Battery. I mean, it's down 4%. Not a huge drop, right? They're pretty much just moving sideways. So I don't see a big drop on these. And the other one you're looking at is MVST. Yeah, I don't see a significant. I mean, if you're talking about why they're down since October, I have no idea. I have no idea whether they're down a lot from October, big pop, and it's just coming right back down. Could this be some kind of policy change in with EVs and all that? That could be it, right? That could be driving. So you have to know what's going on with that sector that's driving this lower. Post in the chat room, sure, man. I'll give you feedback on your trade. And that reminds you, somebody wanted my feedback on my Tesla trade, so we'll do that too. Where's your trade, Mojito? You send a trade in the chat. Here's Mojito's trade. So Mojito is one of our members on the chat room. Mojito, did you take a picture of your screen? You didn't go the screenshot. You just took a picture of your monitor, right? I could tell by these lines here. Come on, man. Oh, well, what are we doing here? Come on, bro. You know better than that. Take a screenshot.
I've done that. Sometimes you got to get it from one device to another. And
yes, you do trying to be quick. No. I get it. You listen. You want to come up in production here. You want to come up in the pre-market show. Take a screenshot, all right?
Well, apparently he's still getting the screen time.
No, we'll give him a slide. We'll give him a free car. We'll give him a pass this time. All right, so POTR.
Impossible to read.
Yeah. Great trade, man. What did you take it as? You took it as a break off the VWAP. I mean, you just got in right below the VWAP and took long. I mean, excellent execution. But again, it depends on how. See, a lot of it depends. I could look at it now and say, hey, this is great. But if your strategy was to do something different, then it's not great, although it worked out, right? So we really got to know what your strategy is. But as far as the trade itself, just looking at it without a lot of details here looks great, man, right? So you got people not telling you to do Windows Shift and S.
Yeah. All right, Tesla's hanging out here above VWAP. NVIDIA finally testing that low of day. So unfortunately, I am not in it to experience this joy. Bad. Too bad for me. Well, keep working at it.
So yeah. Yes. Command Shift 4, that is on a Mac. Yes, that's what I use on the Mac. Also, you know which one is great, guys? This software called ShareX. Really good. That's what I use for a lot of my trades. And then someone asked me to break down my trade as we get ready to hop off over here. TSLL. So I took it. If you look at TSLL, right? You see what the VWAP is. That's not the way I traded it. I traded it based looking at Tesla, right? So on Tesla, I was looking at the VWAP. It's actually below where I wanted to get in. I wanted to get in right in here, okay? For the 1 minute engulfing, which is the only strategy I trade on these things, right? Now my entry, by the time I switch over to TSLL, pretty late. But my setup that I'm trading was the 1 minute engulfing pattern here above the VWAP. It was excellent, and I wanted to make sure I got above the VWAP. I did not want to trade it below here, so I waited for it to get above, and then I got in for a 1 minute engulfing. But I wanted to do the trade on TSLL, so I wouldn't usually trade it like this below the VWAP, right? So again, I'm trading the price action on Tesla, and I'm trading this price action, this setup, and I just executed it on TSL. You still get the same move still. But again, just the overall action will be on Tesla. So 1 minute engulfing above the VWAP, which again, beautiful strategy here.
frankly, all of the technical levels on the tracking stocks, when you're looking at an ETF,
Yeah.
all the technical levels, your VWAP, your moving averages, in my opinion, totally meaningless,
Mm-hmm.
totally
Mm-hmm.
useless. Because what determines if
Yeah.
it's a tracking stock like TSLL, if it's tracking the movement of Tesla, the only thing that matters is the Tesla price, right? It'll move in parallel with the Tesla price. It'll not move based on any indicators on the chart itself. That's it just doesn't. So don't anyways, that's my opinion that if you're going to watch, you got to watch the underlying stock because that's the sole thing that determines how the ETF, the tracking ETFs move.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, Mohito, that's my fault. I started the screenshot situation there. But what is the strategy? I don't think you answered us, right? What was the strategy on this trade? Um, I don't think you answered that as we went into the screenshot mode. Uh, but yeah, I agree, Peter. Got to look at this. Way you see Andrew when he traced TSLL, he's really looking at Tesla and making his decision.
Right.
Even my partials was based on the Tesla trade, right? So, um, agreed.
Wow. NVIDIA just slowly moving down. You can tell it's like it's leaning sideways. It's
Yeah,
slowly
and it's taking a long
going.
time too, man. Like it's
It
just
is.
like it's
Yep.
taking a sweet time. New low just a
Yep.
couple of minutes ago. Comes back to the 20 moving average, and then it has lower, but it is slow.
Yep.
Um,
I mean, there's opportunity on it, but it's like we said, slow,
yeah.
and I don't think you want to be chasing it now.
Nah, you don't want to be chasing that. So it took a reversal trend, uptrend with a constant higher highs, no resistance at VWAP. All right, excellent, man. Great. It worked out very nice. A beautiful trade. So this is for today.
What you got? Get that screenshot back again. Let's get rid of that. What's going on?
Yeah. So yeah, good stuff, man.
That thing's ugly. Get
Stuff.
that screenshot off our screen, Carlos.
uh, so it's a good trade though. It's a good trade, Mojito. Good job. All right, let's see what else. POTR 920. People are looking at in chat. Brian. Oh, they left Brian alone today. Oh, Brian's
Yeah.
got no trading partner today. That's tough.
Well,
Long morning.
Andrew's MIA. So
Yeah, it's all right. Very good. What about Indian market? Yeah, again, Kumar, we don't really watch the Indian market. I think one of the things that I have heard is the volume is not as nice, right? You don't get a whole lot of volume. I think that's one of the things that is an issue. Okay. Um. So yeah, I think that's the problem. That's the issue. You do Indian market. How's the volume? How's the volume overall compared to the US? Because what I usually hear is that it's lower. Um, and let me ask you, what strategy do you trade in the Indian market? So a question I get a lot is, do the BBT strategies work in the Indian market, like ABCD pattern and all this stuff? Is it the same, or I get that question. I don't know how to answer that because again, I don't
yeah,
don't trade
I
the
don't
Indian
know the
market.
answer to that either. I mean,
Yeah.
that's something we have tracked, right, or assessed. So
Yeah. So what I use Share X for? Screenshots. Take screenshots on Share X. Oh, NVIDIA is doing something. All right. Losing 183. We're
oh,
coming alive, guys. We're coming alive here out of nowhere.
oh, see,
Um,
finally, Nvidia broke that low of day.
yeah.
And I'm just sitting watching. Oh well. Brian's on his way over, so maybe we can merge the streams there, Carlos.
Yeah.
Get back into
We'll
this.
get The reason he will watch this show anyway is because we're cool, man. So even though he's trading the Indian market, he's watching us because we're cool. I mean, I can answer that for
Okay,
you.
there you go.
Cool. Hey guys.
Brian, good morning, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I've kind of been sitting on my hands here a little bit. Ever
Okay.
since I got the one trade, we did the one trade on Tesla, had that little had that pullback at the open. We got long. There was myself, Gary, and Eamon all did the same trade.
Well, we all had the same trade.
And yeah, when it hit that 450 level, it's when I got my last really good exit, and then it started to pull back, and I stopped out of the rest, but I'd partialed all the way up there. That was that was a nice move on Tesla.
Got a
And
screen in the chat room,
yeah, the
Carlos?
market's been PLTR has been quite the roller coaster.
It has.
How'd you guys
Saying
do
that.
today?
Yeah, not so
Same,
good.
same. We took
Held
that
up
same
today.
trade on Tesla. We took it on TSLA.
Nice.
And again, I wish it would have partial more. So here's the trade. We took it partial. We got a 1955 almost, and then again it just came back down and didn't give us any more. So we did that. Then I stopped out on Nvidia, and then since then we've just been watching Nvidia go lower, man. But it's been pretty quiet for us as well. Really quiet actually.
Yeah. Well, it's been pretty choppy. And I traded Tesla with the 440 445 calls. So I got that instead of using the TSLL, I used the calls on that
Oh, nice.
and got a nice move. They went from 860 where I got in to about I think just over $10 was my last exit or last good exit. Had to exited a little bit I had left at 870. So anyway, that's why a partial. Yeah, Spy is really rolling over here. I don't know. There doesn't seem to be
NVIDIA. Come
any
on, NVIDIA.
catalyst here other than kind of we lost the VWAP and then selling kind of accelerated after that point. Um, Qs are at low of day right now.
Wow.
So yeah, basically just saying in the other room we were talking about this being choppy, and really the market's just waiting for this Fed decision. Obviously,
Yep.
we're going to get the 2 o'clock news. Of course, everybody believes it's going to be a quarter point. Odds are for a quarter point. I was just saying, look out below if Powell comes out and says they're going to hold the rates where they are, because that is going to be isn't going to be taken well by the market. I think everybody's counting on
Mm-hmm.
this cut to continue to justify the valuations that we have in the
Yep.
marketplace right now, which is pretty high.
90%, eh? 90% believe we're going to get a quarter point cut. So you're right, Brian. If it comes out anything other than that, the market's going to freak out a little bit.
Yeah, I think the really what KQs and Spire bouncing after this sell-off. I think what's really what people are really going to be listening for, and why this if we get the quarter point cut, there probably won't be much of a market reaction. I think what's where we're really going to see maybe some volatility is when Powell starts talking, and we'll get some kind of an indication as to if this was there's more of a commitment to continue to cut, or if this is sort of like a one and we'll see what happens. It's probably what he's going to say.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's a good question. TXCJ, what is, what's the expectation, or how does it look? What does it look like for more cuts coming? I think if, we're going to get Powell, when is Powell out? May? He's got how many
He's got
more,
two more. He's got two more after this. Yeah.
two more after this?
Yeah, because we'd looked it up yesterday. Because you're right, he's out in May, which is sort of halfway between two rate announcements. So we got a January one. So three more. Sorry, January, March, and April, and then the next one after that is June. So when he leaves in May, it's halfway between the
Okay.
April and June rate announcements. So he's got, if he wants to go out with a bang, this is not the one. He's still got another,
Yeah.
another
Yeah. Yeah.
couple of announcements to come. So yeah.
Yeah. So he still has some control of the ship for another couple meetings here. So, and
Hmm.
the other thing that people will be watching is what kind of the dissension there is in the within the Fed. There'll be the dot plot, which tells kind
Yep.
of where I think each Fed official thinks rates are going to be in the future. So I think that'll be in focus too, because there does seem to be a little bit of dissension in the Fed in terms of whether they
What?
should be cutting more aggressively or just standing
Yes.
pat.
Because
So
they didn't always used to release the independent perspectives, but you're right, they started doing that so
yeah,
that people can see how the different Feds heads have voted. And yeah, you're right, Brian. That might create a little less certainty, but I don't know. It's
yeah, we'll see.
we'll see.
I just saw like there was a really an opportunity for a trade here. I didn't see it till it was too late, but we had on the SPY, we had a pullback to S3 here, which is about 681.50. No, 681.70, sorry. And that was also the pre-market low. So we had a nice level of support.
Wow.
Um, had it marked on my chart. I just didn't take
Interesting.
it. So what does Peter always say? Take the damn trade.
Take the damn trade. Here you go. Take the damn trade. There you go. If you need that, it's right here, live and in person.
When will the book be available in German? Actually, it should. Oh, you know what? I just arranged the sell the rights for my my options trading book in German, and
Hmm.
they said they were going to consider the book, the swing trade book as well, but haven't heard anything back from them other than their uh,
Hmm.
other than their interest in the options trading book in German. My How to Swing Trade book is available in Chinese
Wow.
for those who speak Chinese. They even sent me five. I have no idea why.
Oh,
I'm,
okay.
I'm
You
struggling
got
to
some
learn
copies.
Spanish. I don't think I'll be learning Chinese anytime soon.
No way. It's not on your to-do
Yeah.
list. Okay. All
No.
right. Well, oh, look at that. We got a drop lower on NVDA. That was
Yeah,
yeah.
Nvidia's at low of day,
Actually just
ELTR. V reversal at the open, V reversal at 10, and now kind of a rounding top as we head back down again here.
And Dora, you saw Brian's book in Chinese at the bookshop the other day. Really? What bookshop was this? Like a physical bookshop? Andrews as well?
I'm sure there's some way
Really?
to do it. They will, I think will do an audio book on it.
Okay. Well, I'm curious. A physical bookshop. So,
Yeah, the
like, was
market
this
is
used
looking,
or new? I didn't, Brian, are you in bookstores? I thought you were only selling through Amazon. I guess you never know
um,
where your books go once they're out there.
I don't think, I'm not in a bookstores.
Hmm. Well, apparently, you're in at least one.
Oh, okay.
And Dora says that she saw your book in or she or he, sorry, they, a Taiwanese bookshop. Okay, so somewhere in Taiwan, Brian, you are in a bookstore.
Well, there you go.
Oh, it's in Hong Kong. Oh, it's a
I'm
Taiwanese
curious,
bookshop in Hong Kong. Okay.
was it English edition?
No, apparently there's a Chinese edition. Okay. Well, cool. See, Brian, it's just, it'll be showing up for generations. You never know where.
Yeah, all over. Well, there should be a version in Portuguese. Um, what else? What was the other one? Um, I think Thailand. There might be might have a I think Thailand there's one. There's a Thai version.
Why not?
Why not? I think it's Mandarin. I believe there's also one in India. I should know that. Okay,
Hard
so
to keep
Spy is
track of all
back at
your
the View app.
publications.
No, I can't. I need to hire somebody to keep track of them. Okay, so Spy is popping back up here.
Oh, what the heck?
Are you planning on being on the mic at 2 o'clock today?
That's a good question. I don't know. I've got a doctor's appointment at 1:15, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be back. I
Uh-oh.
might miss all the fun. I hope I'll be back. It shouldn't take too long. Doctor's appointments
Yeah, you
in
don't want
Canada now. Apparently, we schedule doctor's appointments in 15-minute increments. So,
to if you can get in to see your doctor.
hmm but I'm going to a specialist
Usually
here.
he
So
doesn't even want to see you. He
hopefully,
just wants to call you on the phone.
yeah, yeah. It's tough these days. All right, I am long NVIDIA, but also, my usual no risk type trade here. It's got to go higher immediately or I'll get stopped out. Come on, NVIDIA. Keep doing this. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this today. I keep getting into a trade and then I add into it and then I get and then I get stopped out on every little pullback. So I should just enter with the initial size and then let it run. There we go. Yeah. Okay, well, see if NVIDIA can can reclaim some of what it's lost. It seems to be trailing the markets right now. So, with the markets bouncing up, Tesla bouncing up, I was hoping NVIDIA would follow suit, but it's choppier today than a lot of things.
Yeah, it's really that was a really nice bounce on the SPY right off that level. Okay, so that could have been a good a trade probably should have taken but missed. Exactly. Yeah, some people don't even have a doctor.
Well, there you go.
It's a challenge right now.
Look in the chat room, Brian. There's a picture of your book in the bookstore.
What's that
Print,
in the chat
printed
room?
from Amazon. In the chat room, Andorra posted a picture of your book
Oh,
that they
okay, there
saw
you go.
in that bookstore in Hong Kong. And look at that, you're in good company. Look at the book that's right above yours in the pile.
Mark Douglas.
Yeah, classic. So you're right there with all the classics, the classic
Yeah,
trading book. And there's Andrews in Chinese, How to Day Trade for a Living. Look at that.
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Oh, there, yeah, there's Andrews too. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cool. Brian Pesam. See, look, you've got editions of your
Known
book you
throughout the
didn't even
world.
know. I doubt
Yeah.
you're getting any I doubt you're getting any residuals on those copies. Somebody maybe you want to
Not
sue.
yet. Well, the way it works is they pay you a certain amount, a certain agreed amount for the rights, and then you get a royalty. but but the royalty money doesn't
Or-
kick in until you get um, until the publisher basically gets back his money that he
okay.
fronted you. So so I guess it's a bit of a it's bit of an advantage for the because the rights this person who sells the rights to the book at least gets some money up front, and then the
Right.
publisher really takes the risk of their going to get that money back,
The
and
risk.
then they start paying you a royalty on after that. Well, yeah, there's just that was like a short-lived rally on the SPY. Just popped its head above previous day close, and then dropped immediately dropped, and that drop was coincided with a VWAP on Qs. So we got a rejection right at the VWAP on the Qs.
Yeah. Nvidia came back and stopped me out, so I'm back out of that. It didn't do much. Oh well. Choppy choppy. Sir chops a lot. So did you ever figure out what happened to
Gee.
Andrew this morning?
I think he might have been I think he might have been en route to Vienna. I think his flight
Oh, you know
was
what? He did say that. Actually, he did tell us. He told us that he wouldn't be trading today because you're right. He was on his way from Dubai to Austria, and then he'd hopefully be back tomorrow. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, can't blame him then. He did tell us. I just forgot.
he was a good man. Yes, he was. He'll be back.
we were saying, Brian, that expression. We were busy talking yesterday. I can't remember if you were on with us when we were doing that. Raf had shared his near-death experience, where apparently he got left behind by the boat, where you guys abandoned him out in the strong current, and
Yeah, we
we
had
were
a
saying,
nickname for him. It was Castaway John.
Yeah, Castaway John, yeah. He but we were saying if something, heaven forbid, had happened to him and he had perished on that trip, we could never use the expression he was a good man, because it would now be a little laden with burdened with history
Yeah.
there. So maybe it's a
Wow.
good thing that he's all okay, because that would have been horrible. Oh wow. So NVIDIA, oh, I'm so now regretful I didn't. I've got to get over this risk adverse approach I've got on my trading at the open, because Nvidia did exactly what I was hoping for. If I hadn't Christmas treated, I could have actually been short about $3 ago and just been sitting pretty, looking for this thing to drop. So
Well, did he mention that it was me that actually was the one that got him rescued?
oh well, I didn't. He didn't. Well, he was hindered because he was only chatting here, so maybe he did and I didn't see it.
Uh,
But all right, so you're taking credit for that, right? You saved his life.
I'm taking
So
credit
he
for that.
he owes
Yeah.
you one.
Well, no,
All
we
right.
all went snorkeling, and I've done a lot of snorkeling, and actually have my scuba license. But the first thing you do when you get in the water like this and you're not familiar with your surroundings is you look, you kind of float and just watch the bottom to see if there's a current. And
Hmm.
right away, I thought, there's a current, and they didn't give this group didn't hand out flippers, so
Oh, okay.
um, and that makes a huge difference. So I discovered pretty quickly that there wasn't a strong current, but if you didn't weren't aware of it and you were just hanging around and exploring and drifting, you'd be drifting off. And I hung out in the water for a little while. I was out the first because I kept finding that I had to keep swimming in the direction the current was coming from, and it was kind of becoming annoying. So I just thought I'm just going to get out. And that's when I got out of the boat and I'm standing on the boat and I'm looking at Raf drifting around the corner of this island. So, so yeah, so basically I started bugging these guys. First they were just looking at him and watching him drift off, and then Carlos's wife and my wife started to say, bug the guys on the boat too and say, look, you gotta go over and rescue him. He's gone. Next stop, North America. So we rescued him. We rescued him
Okay.
and a
Oh,
bunch of
that's
other
good.
people that were drifting in that direction too. They couldn't get back.
Well, it's you got him back. I guess that's what matters.
So we got him back. I don't think he was in there. It wasn't at risk of drowning because he just float. But there was just he was heading out to sea.
Well, I'm glad he was back safely.
Yeah. So we all we all lived to survive and trade another day.
Yeah, it's good.
Anyway, lots of red on the screen. I guess Google looks like it's just barely hanging on to red here or to green. Amazon Amazon had a nice move up at the open. The LTR again has just been a roller coaster ride here. So I'm gonna call it a morning. I'm gonna grab some breakfast, but I'm gonna come back here and a couple hours and see what the Fed's gonna bring us. So
What will they have
right
in
now
store,
it's
eh?
the markets are looking a little weak.
Absolutely. So good idea. Don't worry, we got our next shift coming online. The
Good deal.
takeover crew is here, so we'll hand it over to Thor and
Yeah.
Dr. V.
Hello.
And
All
Hello.
right.
all right, thanks
Trained rescue
guys.
driver. Nice.
Welcome to our sad markets here this morning, waiting for this red Fed rate announcement. So it looks like everybody's just not doing much, just waiting to see what Powell and his merry band of Fed heads are going to tell us at 2 o'clock this
Yeah.
afternoon. But over to you
Absolutely.
guys.
Oh, I like I like the Star Wars top. There you go. It's not a rock and roll top, but I'll go with that.
Yeah,
Kind
Ah,
of.
that
It's
works
kind of
too.
rock and roll.
I mean,
Okay.
I think it still counts.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Star
We
Wars.
like the
That's
Star
that's the
Wars
one
theme
with the
song.
yeah.
What's that?
Star Wars is the one with the Vulcans, right? That's the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, Peter. I see what you did there.
That's what
All right.
my wife will do that to me all the time, right? She's like, that's the one that's got the Enterprise, right? I'm like,
Oh
oh,
my gosh.
stop already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Anyways,
I
you're
all
think
right,
talking
you're.
about the difference
y-
between science and magic here. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun
yeah.
though.
yeah.
All right. Anyways, on that
There
note,
goes your NVIDIA short. Yep. All right. We'll catch everyone later. See you guys.
later.
See you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, thank you. And for the record, in Star Wars, my favorite are the Mandalorians because they're like, they're the Star Wars. I don't know, they kick butt. I like them a lot. So, hey, Dr. V, how are you doing on this
Hello.
amazing morning? Had a great session this morning, hanging out, listening to your larger time frame analysis this morning in Alchemist. That was a lot of fun,
Yeah, that
and getting
was.
that all put together. How's everyone out there in YouTube? Likes, all that good stuff. Looks like we've got around 600 of you today. So it's good to
Hey,
see
hello.
everybody. Welcome. Good to see everybody today.
Awesome. Dr.
So,
VWAP.
Dr. VWAP. So,
Yay. No, Dr. Lines.
yeah, there's nothing that's like wavy or curvy, I think, on any of Dr. V's charts. Everything that she's got are the best lines, right? So for anyone, because you talked about links, if you are interested in talking with or working with myself or Dr. V outside of this, you can go to our Instagrams. That's normally the easiest way to get our links. So because we both have our stuff there. So Vanessa's is at Dr. Charland, right?
Yes.
So I'm getting used to it at Dr. Charland, and then mine is at Thor Young MA.
Sorry.
So
I was reading the chat. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
what's the chat say, right? Others. So anyway, go to our IGs. So if you want to work with us in Alchemist, because as you know, both Dr. V and I both have a mentoring community, not trading community, mentoring community. We focus on the trade set and the journey behind trading. And then, or if you want our individual sessions, you can go to our IGs, and we've got links to to that in there. So anyway, okay,
Cheers.
all of the sales stuff out of the way. Like, oh, cheers, hold on.
So I'm not sure, Adrian, how I have to take this. So if you don't love Dr. V, you don't love your mother. I will, will think
So
about it. But that's funny.
that's pretty funny. Like I mean, agreed, actually. I really just feel like at this point, like this would be an indication that if you don't like Dr. V, it's just an indication you're a horrible person. I mean, that's all there is to it. So no, I'm kidding.
You guys are awesome.
Uh,
Dr. Trendline, I like it. I like
Dr.
it.
V is the real deal. So one of the things that I'm constantly talking about, it's why Wednesdays are my favorite YouTube days, is we talk a lot about trading and watch lists and what we're looking for and how we're doing it with all these things, but we often just don't have the ability to do it. So this is where I really feel like Dr. V coming into the BBT family. Been about a year now since you've crashed into the scene like
A
Like,
year, yes, a year and like 2 months or something.
yeah,
That was my
like,
BBT anniversary.
yeah. So you like came crashing into the scene, just and then BBT kind of had a Dr. V reversal when it comes to its psychology thoughts. And we ended up really really starting to focus so much more on mindset. And I want to, a little shout out on my trade today. I think still kind of I have to give that to Dr. V a little bit. I had a really nice cam trade on RTY. It's my higher range, wider range S3 to R3 trade. So you can see it here on my screen. This because this trade has been working very, very well in the recent market, I decided to go good on this one. I actually went 6 contracts of RTY on this one, which is not
Ooh.
huge, but it's good stuff. So only ended up risking, around $500 on this one to make a significantly more than 4 hour multiple on it. So I'm very happy with this trade, but I want everyone to see just kind of the simple execution of this trade and how it kind of like follows the system as I teach it. Y'all have been coming here for a long time, right? You've been coming to YouTube with me for a couple of years now, right? You know I've been using the same system, right? This one right here for 5+ years now. And you can still see that by developing a system that works for you and by really finding a way to do it the same way you can, but I could never get progress on my sizing and actually start risking more, even though I was obviously having the success. And this is where psychology came entirely into play. And it was actually after talking to Dr. V at the Vancouver meetup and started to talk with her a little bit about the psychology behind holding and performance that I really kicked into that next level of profiting. So, just as always, kind of a shout out to my favorite performance doctor that actually trades. I got you.
I'm very happy you're making money because I'm losing money with
Mm.
your system today, by the way. So you're
Say
making money with
what?
mine. So I shorted YM
All right, let's see
and
what
I've
Y
been
am.
ran over like entirely. But I got the nice short ES at like around the open that was nice. But then yeah, YM is not nice.
So why I don't like YM as much today is because of the way it opened. It swept down.
Look at me.
If it had opened higher and went up first, I would have liked it a lot more. So with my system, this one, but I mean, it's a decent call. It didn't like go through S3, but yeah, this one's, I don't like it as much because it went down.
It really sucked
Yeah,
like
it's
a
not
lot.
nice. It was not nice
No,
to you.
that was rude. So my
Rude.
stop was I had a resistance at 47,775 and my stop was right above that and they came, they took my stop, went back down and now they're coming up again. So
Rude.
yeah, and PL, so I had a swing trade on platinum and it came all the way back to break even. So I'm not gonna buy Christmas gift with my trading today.
Sorry, kids.
Oh, sorry, Santa. Yeah, Santa.
Sorry, Santa. Unfortunately, Santa needs good trades.
Not the
And
Santa rally for V today, that's for sure.
so this is a polar bear rally, maybe. So that's
Well,
all right. The thing we have to remember is, unfortunately, what has happened here for Dr. V is there's a maximum withdrawal limit from the market that you're allowed to do, and it's actually a rolling withdrawal limit. And 2 weeks ago, she just maxed out the ATM. Uh,
okay.
so the market's just like, whoa, 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 like,
Uh,
it's about
yeah,
credits and debits here. You just
that was just like amazing. Like, but it hurts, because week after week in November, I used to have record trade after record trade, like breaking the high, like all-time high all the time, and then December came. And now it's but remind me, why am I trading in December again?
I don't know. It seems like a perfectly good time to finish up some responsibilities and go on vacation to me.
I think
Uh,
so. Yeah.
so it's such a good point though, and I think maybe this is a good topic for everyone out. Trading is easy when you're winning, And trading is difficult when you're not, but in the beginning, you're kind of not winning, right? You're already used to that. But once you start winning and then you go through a small period where you're not winning, I think a lot of traders really like screw things up in there. You know what I mean? Because that I think a lot of fear can come in that moment. You know, you have a lot of expectations you've set. You've had a lot of good dopamine, you know what I mean, of making lots of money. And then all of a sudden now it's like you're just robbed of all of that. And you have all these expectations that now aren't being fulfilled. Like, what do you think? Like, what's the easiest way, doctor, maybe to approach making sure we don't allow these lulled moments to overtrade, for instance? It'd be like a perfect moment just to trade too much, force your strategies. This is where a lot of my traders that I work with blow up their accounts.
I would say the first answer would be experience. Because for me, since I'm still a baby trader, it's new for me. Okay, so I didn't make a lot of money in November. I made a ton of money in November, like 10K trade, like $8,000 trade, like not even something difficult, like only what I do, but like holding longer. And so now so it took me a while. So I saw that ES was breaking out of the downtrend. But the breakout was ugly, right? It was ugly as hell. And I was still in the mindset of it's gonna happen again. It will happen forever mentality, right? And I got slapped across the face by the markets, but because that's what they do best, okay? When you think you got something, well, you're being humbled. So last week, I think only my swing trade on NQ was a winner. Like all my trades went to break even or I took the loss, right? Because I really like to let my trades cook during the day. I don't like to re-enter, re-enter, re-enter. Like I don't like that. So I just like take the bracket, whatever happens. So my profit targets were way too far according to what the market was willing to give me, which was nothing because we didn't move at all last week. So
Right.
it took me 4 days to realize that we were not moving. So I realized that I'm getting very good at being flexible in an intraday setup. Okay, sometimes we're long and then we have to change our mind because the sentiment has changed. Okay, I have no problem with that. But I realized that I don't do it with the bigger picture that well. But also, it took some time to develop to show us that we were not moving, right?
Right.
Again, so December is a good lesson for me based on that. So I would say experience. I would say if it's not working, your profit target is not working, then go back to basics. I go back to 2 hours, build a psychological capital again, and keep your rules like 3 max loss per day or the amount you're willing to risk every day very tight. Okay, and December might not be a great month for indices, because they're rolling over. So I'm building a little experiment on that. I don't know about the chat, like you guys that have more experience, like how December has been for you.
I think that's a good question. Chat, how so far has this month been for you? I know for me, it's been really low volume, but since I have a lot of range strategies, I don't feel like it's been quite as impactful for me. Because low volume and ranging is something I can kind of deal with a little bit more. But I mean, like yesterday, I shorted ES at R3 and because it was a call and I did not hit my target by the end of the day. I mean, that thing, it just took such, like, I didn't lose money, but I didn't get to my full target either. Like, wow, like just forever. So I do think I've seen the low volume. And then, good afternoon. Not good, but not bad. Yeah, exactly. I guess that's accurate. For me, it's like Dr. V, like, because I think I was really making enough money to consider it to be like some kind of replacement level income, maybe around like 2020. So it's been about like 6 years or so now of trading, as a trader. And these moments and these time periods, and this is especially difficult with the CAM systems when we have these drawdown periods, because especially, I have people using my system all the time. So it's like it stops working. But
Exactly.
we do
It should
have
work all
these,
the time.
it should work every day. But there are these times, and I was explaining that to people, that even the best laid out system is going to go through drawdown periods. But it's just kind of like, I think you said it earlier. It's like, why am I trading today? I mean, it's like if it doesn't fit and it's not good, these are perfectly good opportunities to do other stuff. Just remember, you didn't become a day trader for day trader to be like a paycheck job. Like you got to be here every day, all day, full day, in trades,
But
out of
it's
trades.
so fun.
So fun, but freedom's funner. Right. I like being in theme parks and having magic moments with kiddos. So it's like just make the money and let's just get to life. So and get to working with these fun people, right? Like
I
you had a very
know.
bad week yesterday. Sorry, Max. Do you feel like, Max, you followed all your rules though? Because I mean, it seems like everything
Yeah.
you wrote in here is really controlled. So maybe you didn't have a bad week. Maybe you had a great week that just didn't make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's not the outcome, right? I guess he's saying that he's not happy with his execution.
Hmm.
Don't be caught up with the R's there. So maybe
Yeah.
the execution is not nice. Is that it, Max?
I think that's important too. Like in the beginning, right? I know it's easy to focus on R's because the math side makes it easy, but in the long run, you will become less and less focused on that. Like there's a downside you have to stay hyper vigilant on for sure. You never want to lose too much money. But thinking in R's ends up costing you a lot of money in the long run. The less focused on that I've become, I think that's been very helpful. Like today, my RTY trade, it was like I think probably would have been 6.5 or 7 R's based on my trade. So I made more money because I'm not focused on R's.
And again, guys, it depends where you put your stuff. Um, can you explain why the YM trade didn't work? Like, can I share my screen, Peter, please?
Let me message. Request put into production.
Thank you.
So let me look. So for me, um, if I was going to read it volume-wise, YM was buying. So it never really started selling, which is why I wouldn't, and for me, I don't like that it swept under the CPR. Like, so for me, this is basically doing an S3 bounce. So because we went so low, I would not have liked it. I actually might talk to Bruz about this if we should have called this or not.
So why are you not liking it?
So what I
What would
like,
be the optimal for YM to work?
open above the CP or in the CPR and immediately go up to R3. Because it had to go down to find a buyer and then up to a seller, it's not like the right, I expect to go to a seller, distribute, and then go to the buyer. In this instance, we went to a buyer, accumulated, and went to the seller. So the price action, the sweep is the wrong direction for me.
So it should stay within the yellow box then. Is that it?
Right. Like, yeah, because it went outside the yellow box, I don't like it as much. But it's statistically, we don't kill the play because it's closing below S3 would have completely invalidated the call. It wouldn't have called. I may adjust that actually for the CPR. So, and we have your screen up now.
So maybe yeah, if it dips below, we shouldn't call it then.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that. I'm gonna add it to my notes right now. I'll take a look at that.
Yeah, so I took my entry with the steep line right there. I really like that candle. And then I put my stop above the gray line because the box was there, but I had a resistance there. So I said to myself, they're going to be rude, take the box and then reverse on the gray line. So then, of course, it went higher, and then I was okay because now the second wider trend was being back tested here, and then we fell again. So I was still okay with my trade. But then this happened and it was very bullish. But then we found sellers on my gray line and went down, but we're very strong. What's happening right now is that we have a downtrend right here on the 4-hour chart. So let's see what happens there.
I have that same downtrend marked. It looks like we're headed for it.
So yeah, it's and also looking at this, there's not, for me, I'm not a cam expert at all, but for me, there's not enough room to reverse.
Mm.
You
You're pretty good at this. I mean, the flashcards you wrote like fit it really well. Like I think you have a really solid grasp actually. And I agree with you there. I think because of where we were, and I think you're right. I think reversing, I think that's a good point.
We're not extended enough, but again, like I said, like I don't know if it's one of the criteria that the price has to travel a little bit more to reverse, right?
Mm.
And also what I don't really like is that we went above support, so this is bullish until here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's a really good point too.
So
So it's actually funny because Bruz and I were just in a conversation like 10 minutes before we came on evaluating CPR conditions for opening and making some adjustments. So this actually comes perfectly in line with that. One of the things that's really cool, everybody, is since the Camarilla pivot play, since Bruz codes those and we're actively working with him, Dr. V and I are constantly, working within our mentoring community to provide additional information for the cam set so we can keep them dialed in and working as well as they possibly can. Right. So it's pretty awesome. So Thor, can I be honest? Your pivot sheet is too vague. When WRT to opening, I'm okay. Position, are you trade and you are trading? I don't think so, Zunio. I disagree. So I humbly disagree with that statement. And I will show you the trade that I took today was on RTY. I will show you. Oh, we
but
switched
they
off
have
screens.
if they go on your X account, you have my cheat sheets, right? That so maybe it's gonna be more visual for him. So we have the cheat sheets on Tor's X account that I wrote, so maybe it gives more simplicity to it if you
But
want. There's another way to look at
yeah,
that.
absolutely. So we threw my screen back up real quick, and I just want to show you here real fast here on RTY. So RTY is I focused on RTY because it was the ideal trade for me today. It was in a higher, wider range. It was opening in the lower end of the CPR. It made an immediate sweep to S3 without going to R3. We stayed under the CPR, swept to S3. We also bought and stayed buying. So the VPA suggested a buy. So I bought, stop below the low of the box, entry in the box, target R3. I could not possibly show you a more precisely identified trade the way that I take a trade than that. It follows every single rule to the penny. Write down, it's not complicated. There's no extra lines in here. There's no worries. I'm not looking at the order book here. This is just a nice, clean trade taken based upon the system. If you really want to understand the nuance, my recommendation would be to get my book, right? I've got everything you need to know in there, right? And I've also published all of the information. There's tons of cheat sheets in Bear Bull Traders. If you can go to bearbulltraders.com/pivot book, there's a cheat sheet there that all shows exactly where the price is supposed to open in order for you to get in. So my recommendation would be not to overcomplicate it, right? If you're playing ranged plays, you want to open within the range, right? If you're playing range expansion plays, you can open within the range or outside the range. You never want to open outside the range if you're playing a range trade. So if we open below S3, I'm not going to long S3. We open below long S4. I'm not going to long S4, right? You got to be inside if you're playing inside. That's all.
That's all.
That's it.
You lost me.
Like
But
literally, like if it's a range play, you want to open here. If it's a not range play, you want to open out here. I've never understood. Like, I guess maybe it's more complicated than I think.
yeah, maybe.
Um, but I mean, for me, if you're playing a higher, wider range, a lower, wider range, you're going to open in the same place within the CPR. That's it. Like R2 to S2, you want to open in there. So if you're playing a range expansion play, it's a narrow range. You can open in the CPR, or you can open outside the range and test the top of the range and play out. Narrow ranges always play outside. Wide ranges always play inside. No variations.
Except for YM today.
Except, well, but YM shouldn't really have
Yeah.
called. YM wouldn't be a play. It went outside. It swept in the wrong direction. So that's what Bruz and I are gonna.
It's
YM,
so strong.
yeah,
Jeez.
and it's also had a ton of buying, right? Last reminder too. Remember, cams are just wares. They are not wins or hows. You know what I mean? So if it's strong and it's above trend or the BPA supports buying, you want to wait for it to have the right market conditions before you short.
Yeah, wait for direction and volume if you use volume. But even if you use volume, you need a direction. Volume on itself, when it's not going anywhere, is not helping. Okay. It doesn't mean there's volume that it's going to reverse. So that's how the trend line on the intraday time frame can really help also with the execution, not to be too early, right?
Mm-hmm. So, wider and narrow, let me show you a really easy way to see this. I really like using the 4-hour chart. Ever since Dr. V kind of brought, I don't feel like, was anybody really in BBT using the 4-hour chart for breakdowns before you started like a year ago? I really can't think of anybody that was using this particular chart style. But anyway, so for me, it's a really easy way to see the 2-day pivot relationship. So, and that's how we define narrow versus wide. So you can see today on RTY, it's a wide day, right? So, and that's in comparison to yesterday's narrower day. So the good thing about having my cam system is it just automatically calculates it in TV. So you can see it. Apple called. Anyway.
So is it wide because it's outside of the day's range from yesterday? Is that it?
We have we expanded the range yesterday, so we have a wider range today. So we made higher highs and lower lows yesterday than we did the previous day, so that expands our range today. And then our CP, we closed higher than we did the previous day, so we have a higher
Can you show
range.
the daily chart maybe just to have a better visual because the cams are calculated on a daily chart, right?
They may get wonky on a daily chart. We can try. Never tried calc because they'll die on a daily because they go to a different time frame. We'd have to pull monthlies for this one.
So so let's go back to what you just said. So yesterday we were wider than the day before, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I like the daily. It's more like visual because when you say yesterday, you mean the day, right? So
Yep. This is the
what
whole
about
series.
looking at the daily chart instead of
Well,
the
maybe
4
we
hour?
can look at a calculation maybe that'll still calculate the intraday levels, but using a daily. I can't do that in TV because it won't load the right date
No, it's
ranges.
not what I mean. I don't want to have the calculation. I want the rationale behind it. So you don't even need to show the cams. I just want to see visually on the daily chart, what do you
Okay,
mean with the range?
got it. I get what you're saying.
So why today we are wider, I guess, is what I'm trying
Yep,
to say.
exactly. All right, so I'll start. Let me start on this engulfing day here. So on this day, this is going to be a very narrow range this day. And so we expand it. Oh, let me use a better color. We expand it on this day. So the next day on this day, our range is going to be very wide. It's going to be like that. Right? So, but we open or higher. So we offer and then we move higher through there. This range, right, is smaller than this range. So this is actually going to be a narrower day. So on these days, we're actually kind of compressing. And then this day gets bigger. So we start expanding. But the ranges are only in relation to the prior day. Right? So we're only looking back one day in comparison. So, yeah, and there are some methodologies that look at larger expanding ranges, but for me, it was just never necessary. The main thing we're really focused on is basically value. So if, this is going to be our high, this is going to be our low, and that's going to be our close. So on this day, it will calculate in the cams that are appropriate for that. So since our close is here, we're probably going to have tighter cams that are like here, 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 and there. So this is one of the reasons why we had really poor play over the past few days, because we expanded and then immediately started contracting. So which when we're contracting, we're not hitting our ATRs and we don't have good volume. So this is why our plays have been very tricky the past couple of days on some of these tickers. So maybe if I show you on an equity or something that's moving a little bit more, it'll make more sense. Hold on, let me see.
Moving a little bit more. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This not moving. Futures are not moving.
Nothing's really, we don't have a lot of directionality right now. See, like everything this week has been like on basically a pullback or like contracting. We had a couple of really nice big moves, right? But everything's been getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So we'll get narrow days and then we'll expand. So Google, let's look at Google. Here we go.
But for me, we expand only if we take the high of the low of the previous day, based on the market profile, the structure.
Mm-hmm.
We
So,
find
yeah.
imbalance when we lose the low and when we get the high.
So we get this, let me see. We can have you can see we basically have established this range there. So right now we gapped, set a top, and now we're coming down. But so like Google right now, for instance, for me is a really bad ticker. See, this is I would never be able to trade any of this stuff. It's wild. But I really never, I just realized I never look at stuff on a daily chart. It's so weird for me to look at them on daily charts. I just don't think that big. So for me, this is what I'm more looking at here, right? Yesterday, Google's range was much wider than it is today. So, and that happened because on the prior day, we expanded, we got wider, right? And that day we were wider than the previous day. So the next day I get a wider cam. It's not really about how far we can go. It's about outside versus inside. If our ranges are wide, then I expect to close more at value. If they're narrow, I expect to close outside of value. So if it's a narrow range, I expect to close near 4s or higher or lower, right? And if it's a wider range, I expect to close inside the range. So anywhere inside the 4s. So on a day like today on Google, I would expect Google to close somewhere likely near R4 because it's a higher narrow range. I wouldn't expect it to close at the CP today. Not that it can't happen. It's just not would be the expectation.
So no, stay there. Oh, it was the 4-hour chart. So yeah, so why? Okay.
But see, these are all calculated off of these extremes. This is where we get our varied streams. So it's just all about value, right? The reason why we're buying off of S3 today is because it's right at the bottom of this range.
Yeah, there's a support there.
So this is support 3, support 4, but you could put a box on that and it would just look like this. Oh, holy magnet. Hold on, sorry. Magnet. Wow. So look what happens if you put a box on those two levels right now. It's a super obvious support area, right? Look where S6 comes in, right off the bottom of the wicks. It's just pre-drawn support and resistance levels. So, but what I'm not on a day like today, I'm not expecting to go out to S6 to the downside, and I'm expecting to go more to the outside. So my expectation, if there was going to be one, would be to come back up here where we sold from before. That's basically, that's it. I know it's a lot, everybody, and I'm never gonna claim that it's not a lot. I need you, I want you to understand, like, it took me 2.5 years of,
Sorry.
I think I've got 10,000 hours, I bet, just in the development of the indicators that you guys are looking at right now. You know what I mean? Like coming up with all the rule sets, going through all the statistics, looking after chart after chart after chart for years, for years, for years. Like they didn't have all the fancy tools and stuff like that they even have in edge-full data. That wasn't happening when I built my system a little while, like a while ago now. Like I put the reason why I can use this system is because I've got just beyond a large amount of time studying it. So it is a simple system to execute once you understand the nuance of the system. But I mean, unfortunately, this might like be like being like an auto mechanic. You know what I mean? I can take an engine apart and put an engine back together, and I can do it very simply. It doesn't mean taking an engine apart and putting it back together is simple. I just understand how the engine works, so I can take it apart and put it back together. So with my system, it's not a blindly led system, although it gives you all the indicators. It benefits you to understand how the engine works, I suppose. Maybe it is a little complicated.
But we have also our personal way to understand things also.
Mm-hmm. And mine's
Me,
certainly
I like to
special.
understand when it's like simplified, like to the max. Like I like to see why and like, like very clear. And I still like struggle a little bit here, but that's okay. I'm gonna take a private session.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
to
absolutely.
bother people with it.
You know what my sign up link is.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, but it is true though. Like, I think this is really important, really maybe to resonate with, because I had this trouble when I was trading with Andrew a lot in the beginning, is realizing I sucked at momentum, and even trading with him at times would like really confuse me. That's why Andrew and I really don't trade the open anymore. I trade with like Brian or, or we'll do other stuff. And then Andrew normally trades with somebody else because he's always long when I'm short, and we just basically infuriate each other. But he makes a lot of money, right? So I'm not saying, I would never say he's wrong because he's not. He makes money. It's not like that. It's just him and I don't, I just don't get it. Like when I see the way, even sometimes the way the trades happen, I just don't get them. Like it's like, okay, like, but Andrew gets it. He sees it and makes money. So, let's go. I think Dr. V is still confused on wide narrow. Can you simplify it more? Yes, I can simplify wide narrow as, all right, here's the super simple wide narrow. Wide inside, narrow
No,
outside.
okay, I get this
That's
part, I
it.
get it. No, I get that. It's not what I don't get. Okay. So if you go back to the daily chart, because it's a daily, when you talk about it, you say it's the prior day, right? So why are we not looking at the daily chart? That's something I don't understand to start with. So we should look at the daily chart, and then I want to understand why today should be narrow, for example.
It's not, it should be, it just is.
Well, it is. Yeah, exactly. Sorry. So why today is, for example, let's say that what is I don't
The
remember what was the
but
Google.
the cams are calculated based on the previous day's high, low, and close.
Yes,
There is no additional consideration. So the reason why I don't use the daily is because the daily is irrelevant. We're considering is what happened yesterday, not what happened today. And
exactly.
the
So
cam calculation it's an algorithmic model based on a major market maker's model. So it works because it's what they do in the places they do it. Like not necessarily because of any patterning or location. It's actually a mirror model based upon like what an algorithm does. So
so it's
I'm
basically it's a fib retracement of yesterday high, low,
more or
and close.
less, yep.
Okay. So
So, and
that
that's what
I
I
get.
started with, but that's what I started with. So in the very beginning of trading, my original system before I did the cams was a fib retracement strategy. every single day I would sit down and I would actually draw a fib line on the previous day's high and low. I would anchor
Yeah.
it to the close, and then that's where I get my fibs from. Then
Okay.
cams, basically the same thing. So that's the
Okay.
idea.
Okay. So I get that part. I get. So based on the calculation, so how do we get that it's a wide range today or a narrow? So it's based on yesterday and yesterday's
Yep.
yesterday?
Yeah, exactly. So today's range is based upon yesterday's relationship to the previous day.
Okay, so yesterday closed inside of yesterday's range.
So this day is the previous. So on this day, you're going to have after. So we'll start on this day. It's a narrow day because this day is so much smaller than this day. This is a narrow day, which will produce a narrow day on this day. So this was probably an S4 breakdown of some kind. So you can see our range is probably calculated, up here. And then so we broke down. Now we expanded on this day. We had a significantly wider day than this day. So
Yes.
our cams are going to be based off of that day. So they're going to be very wide. So this day we expect it to stay inside the previous day's high and
Yeah,
lows.
okay, stop. So stop there. Okay, now I get it. Because the day is wider, we have less probability of breaking out because the ATR was bigger. Is that simply it?
Yeah. Yeah. So like, yeah, exactly. So like on this day, ATR high and ATR low is probably there.
Yeah, they were wide. Yeah.
So
Well,
so
no,
so
but
we
it
so
doesn't
we
matter.
but it was a narrow range, so we ran our ATRs. But on this day it's a wide range, so our ATRs will still be very similar, but they'll be at the edges of the ranges. So we won't run our ATRs. We'll go near them and then come back and close more in the middle.
But what I'm trying to say is when we have a shallow day, like a day that did not run much, okay, we have a very small range between the high and the low. The next day we can expect range expansion because the prior day was tight, basically.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Woohoo! Sorry, people.
Exactly.
You
No,
know,
exactly. Nailed
long.
it. Right.
But I
Because
need
we
to simplify it, like simplify it. Okay, I get. So it's very simple, basically.
and then basically there are days where we can chop around and get so we have what's called our neutral area, which is when we're just not moving a lot. You get stuck in the same range. But we love the days where you're really narrow for expansion. So you nailed it. And then if we've expanded, the next day we expect to not expand more,
Yeah, because
right?
but because yesterday's range was so big, so it's
Exactly.
logical.
So
So
so the
we
wide
have a
range is after expansion. We have a wide range.
yeah. So let's say that we have a day like this. Okay, this is a big candle. Okay, the next day. Again, it depends where we open because if we open near yesterday's low and we have a big candle, we could also break down, right? Because we are imbalanced, probably, right? But if
Exactly.
we open inside the range that was very big, then we expect to stay inside of it because it's so big. There is no way the price can run that much.
Exactly. And so this is where R3 and S3 come in place on the
Nailed
wider
it?
ranges. Nailed it.
Yay!
Nailed it.
It makes
So,
sense. Okay, I get it now. I kind of understood, but now it's.
this is good though, because I really appreciate you giving me an opportunity to kind of explain this way, because I'm hoping we'll light bulb for a couple of people in the room that aren't quite getting it, and those things. And so I really appreciate that's awesome. And I know there's a couple in here, Zunio and a couple of others that, they're still a little not feeling it. So I get it, and I'm hoping if you just stick with me, Zunio, I can feel Zunio's condescension right now through the YouTube right now. He's kind of like pointing some things out. Now you're talking about other people's books that I haven't read, to give the examples and stuff like that. Like just hang right here. I can explain it to you. I assure you. So just, it's just give me the opportunity to really run you through it. And and I thought I answered your opening position question pretty well, but if I didn't, feel free to, to ask. That's why I'm here. So I'm here for y'all.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for that.
Of course. I mean, an absolute pleasure. I mean, and I do quite insist that it is quite well laid out in very clear, plain text, in a non-confusing way in the book. But I know it's.
But I think it's good that we I think it's good that we re-digest it together, right? Like we have to like sometimes we need to read the information, but also to explain the information,
Mm,
right?
agreed.
So people, you
The
can put in the chat what you understood. You can try to explain it in words, like if you got it. But yeah,
Please, and I love that. So I mean, think about it. Imagine, would anyone want to like go to a surgeon who had only read a surgery book, but not had like a mentor, done residencies, and actually had real-time practice doing it, right? So I'm not insinuating that the book will take you there. It's just, some of these more, concepts are definitely covered there. But I mean, I think that's why I want you to come here to this YouTube. That's why I want you to come hang out with Dr. V and myself and Alchemist, right? And at BBT and in Peak Capital, right? Because I don't think I'll be honest, I wish I had had this kind of like availability for learning stuff when I was a new trader. New trading for me was a very long, lonely, and lost road. So it was, actually developing a system and figuring out how to make money in this market was very, very difficult for me, and took a lot of work. I don't know if anyone I could ever explain the amount of effort and time and under the life conditions I was under to put that effort in, but I did it. And I want to make sure that you guys don't have to go through that. That's why I want to that's why we want to help y'all on your journey. So just let me know what you need to know. And
can we do a
um,
visual exercise?
mm,
If I share my screen,
I like
please,
that.
Peter.
Peter, somebody.
Oh wow, it's already almost noon.
No, these are always so fun.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's say that we don't know what will happen next. Okay. We don't know the day that will happen there. So we have the low and the high. Okay. So that's the range. Just to make sure that I need a line understood properly. Okay. So for me, it looks like it's a big range right here, right? Compared to what we see here. And I
Hmm.
guess I could support my idea with the daily ATR to be more precise. So what do we expect the next day if we have this relationship right now?
The next day would be it would be a narrower day.
It
So
would
like,
be a narrow day.
yep. So like from the blue day to the white day. So from the 20th to the 21st, if there was a candle on the 22nd, that would produce a narrower day than the 20th, than the 21st.
So we would expect the price to break out of
Yeah,
this day and
because
this
we're
day or just this
contracting.
day?
It would be narrower than the highs and lows of that day.
Okay, so we would expect a breakdown or a breakout
Yeah, exactly. We're
because
getting,
this
yeah.
is smaller than this one
Yep.
because the range is smaller, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, and it's from each day to each day. So some of the times, like if it doesn't work as well, this is, because maybe we didn't get, but with the amount of contraction or I saw there, it should be nice. And then, yeah, next day, breakout.
Okay, so now we have this, okay? What do we expect the next day?
Actually, the next day is going to be another narrow day. It's just going to be in a significantly higher position. but it's going to be a very similar. It's going to be very similar, but it does. I'm just visually hitting this, so I'm not. But it looks like it's a slightly smaller range.
Because this one is smaller than this one a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not like super excited about the difference right here.
So like the next day, I would actually say we can break range on the previous candle again. So.
All right. So this looks like this one, I think.
Mm-hmm. And that one again is probably even narrow again. So this inverted hammer, I think, is still probably smaller than the high and low of the previous day. So this next one's probably narrow again.
This is $7 and this is 75. It's $5. So yeah, this one is narrow. So we expect a breakout.
Yep. Or this would be a potential reversal moment, right? We could break that one's range to the bottom and do a counter trending back to the bottom of the larger range. Especially with that topside wick.
So we stayed inside this time. So no trade.
Yeah, and we're going to get an even narrower range from it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. We're just compressing now. So this is why we don't always break out on a narrow range. If there's no volume, we can just compress more, and then we'll compress until finally the narrow range is right. Basically, like it will break out at some point.
Is it useful for you guys with what we're doing? Like, I don't want to be like the exercise to be just useful for me. So let me know.
I like it.
So because this day is narrower than this, we expect a breakout the next day.
Right. Like I wouldn't play inside on either of the prior couple of days for sure, right? Because I would be expecting to go outside. So
inside.
Yeah. I do not like that candle. They just offered the low. They tried to get them to sell it. No one did. Rude. But I mean, again, that's going to be a hard one. That's pretty close to being narrow again. I mean, these candles are small. Yeah. It's hard to tell on that one. It could be narrow or just slightly.
It looks like the same.
It's so similar. So we can have neutral days, which are basically just exact same highs and exact same low, but it's not very high, not very helpful.
So we had a breakout.
So, but it was narrower. Yeah, and then there's the break.
But they looked very similar. So I guess, yeah. We also had, okay, bigger picture wise, we had that resistance, right? So that was a beautiful level for long, actually, because we broke that. So we tried, and then reclaimed and then held very well. But yeah, okay. So here we would expect a range, an inside day, because this is way wider than this.
Mm-hmm.
But then we broke out.
Well, yeah, but it opened. It's where it opened is what's,
yeah,
we opened
that's what
high.
I was asking. Yeah. So that's what I was saying with the opposite example, right? I said if we have a big range, but then we open imbalanced, so we take the high right away, then
that's not good.
out.
Like I wouldn't take that trade because we didn't open inside the CPR. Right. So that invalidates all the wide range rules.
Oh my God. So I think I'm gonna, digest it a little bit more, but I'm getting something like, again, different than how you see it, but I'm getting the same. Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Of course. But I mean, I really enjoy that you're going through this. But so this is when I developed this, and I like that you started with the fib concept, because this is really where I started. I came to cams because I got tired of having to draw fibs every single day on every ticker I wanted.
Yeah.
Right. Because they were working very, very well, by the way. I've been endeavoring for the past half a decade to have a fully automated trading system.
But then this is your where.
Exactly.
This is your where. So the cams are the where, obviously. But then based on this, you have your strategy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So including times when I know not to take trades, right? That's one of the things here, right? Since the one day we had expanded, we opened too high. I wouldn't have taken that trade because we opened and like as you put it eloquently, out of balance. We opened like way too high in order for us to do this. I need this to open, and offer the mid level of value at some level in order for me to do that. It's got to open in the mid area. So I think this was a beautiful example, actually. Thank you.
That's so helpful. Do you guys have more questions?
That's fun. Don't forget everybody in YouTube that Dr. V every single Wednesday behind the paywall at Bearable Traders does a personal session, AMA style, Back to the Futures for everybody inside of Bearable Traders. It has become one of the more popular segments that people are attending. It's definitely got to be one of the highest attended moderator segments. So because that's what we're working on. Most of the moderators know how to trade, so we're all working on our brains at this point. So we're just hanging out with Dr. V. So make sure you guys are doing that. Also, just a reminder to close out our social medias, right? Are out there on Instagram. Dr. Charland is
Charland?
Dr. V's IG, and mine is Thor Young MA on IG. I'm also on X at Thor Young, and I forget your X. It just totally escaped me. So, but Dr. V doesn't really use
It's
it.
Dr. Charland too.
He doesn't use it, so you probably don't even. I don't know.
My book is in the 2026. It's happening. I've been so busy this year, crazy year, that I will close with a lot of champagne, but next year I'm on it, like totally. Like I
Yes.
need this book to come out. So
Yes, let's go. This book I feel like we need this book. So let's go, people. We're so ready. So
oh, thank you guys. You're awesome. Trade safe, trade simple. Okay.
and the mentality is so great. So we will look forward to seeing everybody in. I know it's good for you to get a couple minutes so you have time to get set up in BBT, so we'll let you out of here.
Yes.
Everybody in Bearable Traders, much love to you. Welcome home, as we always say, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week here with Dr. V. I'll see you
Bye bye.
tomorrow.